Live from Bristol, this is the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. And now, your hosts, John DeLuca, Alana Cerrone, Doreen Scanlon, and Jeff Denoyer.
Welcome back, everyone. That's right, we are in Bristol, the 234th 4th of July celebration. Mind you, unbroken. Never missed a celebration here in America's most patriotic town.
There hasn't always been a parade, but there's always been some way that they have marked America's birthday.
I'm waiting for the person who just loves to do research and tries to figure out how many parades there have been.
Yeah.
Because they didn't always have the parade. The general thought is that it started as, okay, we're walking, and all the dignitaries of the town at that time and all of the veterans who were involved in it and all the business people and residents were making their way to the patriotic exercises. And then from there, the parade sort of evolved. So if they could somehow track down, whether it's the 1790s or late, early 1800s, somewhere along that, somebody can figure out how many parades there have been. I would love to know.
Spend a day in the library. I think you might be able to figure that out. That would be cool.
I always like thinking about what the parade must have been like that long ago when it was in a paved road. I mean, it was a dirt road and all the horses coming by.
Exactly.
And the way that they would celebrate. And it's also kind of wild to think about the way it is now, you know, and what it's evolved to.
It's so grand. There's so many things going on. And the security and everything that goes into it. Certainly no live broadcasts, that's for sure.
This is very true.
What about the red, white, and blue paint? Did they have that in 1800s? Was there
they
a guy
probably
painting the dirt road? No.
Beet juice for the red.
Right, get it in there. You know, there's actually an old tale about that red, white, and blue stripe that goes down Hope Street. That one year they went too far. They got really excited and they went a little farther than the parade route because it's
Carried
supposed
away.
to just show you the parade route.
Right.
But one year they got carried away, so they made sure they limited.
Can't blame them.
Get it right on track.
I believe it's 100 gallons actually that it took to paint this whole thing. I believe it.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Looking good though, Bristol.
Hope and High Street. Well, on that note, thank you for that setup there, Alana. Hope and Chestnut, they take the step off. The flyover happens at 10:30, and our coverage begins when they reach us, which is right around Church Street. And I hear a siren.
Like it's getting closer.
Boy, that's right on cue as well.
Before they get here, let's go out to Jeff because you know he's got somebody else good for
Everybody
us.
just
Before
can't
they
wait
get
to
here.
see it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Jeff, who do you have for us?
I got something really cool. Okay, this is my 4th parade coming here. I come over, I see people I see every year in the same place. So over here is a group that I have talked to for 4 straight years. Everybody, if you all could just say hi to everybody. All right. And on 3, a happy 4th of July. 1, 2, 3. Happy 4th of July! Orchestrated that all by myself. What do you think of that, huh? How cool is it that I get to come back here year after year and see the same people that I absolutely love talking to? And this is what makes the parade special. People coming down each and every year to be patriotic, have a great 4th. You know, you get through the parade, you got the whole afternoon, you got the whole evening, but you're here for the parade, 234th celebration. I'll send it back to you guys. Parade's almost here.
All right.
It is. It's coming quick. Those people have to get out of the road.
I know.
Well, that's another great sign. It's like the parting of the sea there as everybody makes their way, as the town crier makes his way through. You know, Jeff made a great point there, is that this is a reunion of folks, whether it's family reunions or class reunions. It's a great excuse to come back home if you haven't been in a while or you want to see old family and friends.
Yes.
What's better than this?
No, I know. And, you know, speaking to some of the people earlier that you said get here overnight, they camp out, they're here early in the morning. It's a party down there. I mean, they're having fun early in the morning. They're nice setup, they're picnics. It's amazing.
And it's they know they're going to do it, so they have that whole setup.
Right.
They've got it
They're
all
prepared.
ready
They're
to go.
pros.
They've done it before.
And here it comes, starting out with some Bristol police cruisers,
Yes.
clearing the way. This will clear everyone out of the way,
yeah.
for sure.
The Bristol Police, we can't say it enough. What a fantastic job they do. What an unbelievably difficult job they do. And their department works with state police and the FBI and Homeland Security and all the different departments that coordinate this to make sure everyone has a great time, but a safe time as well. And we can't thank them enough for all that they do.
Oh, absolutely. Their work started probably months ago in getting everything secure for this parade.
It is all hands on deck for the Bristol PD. Chief of Police Brian Peters. He's the interim chief for one more day.
One more day.
I love that.
Enjoy your time, Chief.
I'll stay, but through the 4th.
Yes.
And then we're going to have the department taken over by Captain Brian Burke.
Yep.
starting tomorrow. And kind of fun, guys. His daughter's one of the Miss 4th of July runners.
Exactly. They're a true
So,
Bristol
yeah,
family right
exactly.
there.
So he may double back and watch the float come by.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
I would.
There
Bristol
they go.
police said they did want to mention that not all of their officers will be along the route because they have officers that are going to be out tonight.
Right.
Making sure people are safe on the road.
Long
so they did say
days.
that. And they also got a lot of help from a lot of neighboring police departments driving
Fall
around here
River,
this morning. We
Swansea.
saw a lot of the other cruisers.
Just a coordinated effort, really fantastic job. And here's the fire department as well. Thank them for all that they do. You know, I walked where I parked and walked by a station. They're all out there. The guys are ready to go. They've got the equipment if necessary. You know, last year there were some issues with heat exhaustion and unfortunately some heat stroke, but they have water there. They're ready to go. So as always, ready to take care of people who need it, as firefighters always do.
Absolutely.
Chief DeMello, Michael DeMello,
Yep.
has been chief last 3 years. 2016 he took over.
This is the Fire Department Ladies Auxiliary, founded in 1963. Kind of interesting, their president is actually not marching here because she's this year's Hattie Brown Award winner.
That's right.
So we're actually going to see her in a little bit.
Hello, happy 4th. Ladies Auxiliary, Bristol Fire Department. Thank you for your service as well. And I love the Hattie Brown husband and wife
Yes.
man series.
Yeah.
And what a story those two have, which we can get into when they make their
Yeah,
way.
they'll be here soon.
Lifelong Bristol residents, both of them.
All right, as you can see, the parade is now underway in a sense that it's made it to our spot here at Hope and Church. We were going to take a quick break so you don't miss anything. Stay with us. You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport. You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Straight up 11 o'clock here on America's birthday. Happy birthday, America. 243 years old today, and you look great.
Beautiful shot of the American flag there. Those are the Naval Academy cadets carrying that flag.
Nice round of applause for them as well. And I think we'll see a theme as we go along throughout this, the respect and the admiration that the folks here in Bristol, very knowledgeable crowd, recognizing what this is all about, not only with the flag and the cadets, but also anytime you see servicemen and women coming through, they get a little bit extra.
It's an amazing feeling, really, to see that, and to see the way you see the parents tell their kids get up and pay attention, and it's really just a moment here in Bristol.
And that's an iconic shot for us in the sense that that'll be in our promo for next year.
Yes,
The
it will.
234th banner goes by. There's the town crier.
There he is,
Mr.
Michael
Riley.
Riley. Grandfather was a former town crier, runs in his family.
He, of course, brings each parade by calling to order the patriotic exercises, and then, hi, Jeff.
There's
Hi,
Jeff
And
Denoyer
then-
marching in the parade as well. Yes.
And then he'll lead the town crier, not Jeff Denoyer.
Is that a little band
leads
member
the
I see?
procession.
Yes, it
That's a little
is.
band member I see. Oh, wow.
Nice.
There's the town crier.
Yes.
Michael. Could anyone other than O'Reilly do it? I don't think so.
I don't know. They have the monopoly on it because they do it so well.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
And that's part of the fun of this too. You know, the tradition. It's just soaked in tradition, obviously. 234 years of doing something, recognizing the 4th. But even seeing something like that with the, the 1770s vibe going on with the wardrobe like that, an old town crier. Hear ye, hear ye. We should start our newscast with that.
I think so too.
Good
Just
evening,
for
and thanks
today.
for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Hear ye, the Mount Hope High School Band.
We'll let you do that, John.
Oh, really? Thanks, Alana.
All you.
Oh, you want me to hug it, huh? Okay. Mount Hope High School Band, I know these folks are here. You're talking about traditional. These young men and women from Mount Hope High School, Bristol and Warren, 180 students. These are students, they travel all over under the direction of Christopher Lambert. And they're always a crowd favorite for obvious reasons and local ties, but they also do a great job as well. Let's listen in. I will say this, carrying that flag for 2.5 miles.
I gotta give it to him. Yep.
It's a workout.
That's a tough job. Whipping the flag around.
Guys know what to expect, obviously, being the hometown band.
Very true.
Wearing polo shirts, because you'll see a little later there's some other bands that are here that don't have quite those cool uniforms.
Right.
You'll see what
They
I
know
mean
better.
a little later,
Yeah.
I promise. So fun for them. They play more than just at football games. They travel, which is so amazing.
Yeah, they really do get around, right?
Yeah.
Florida, New York, Boston, D.C. What a great experience for these young kids.
I bet this is their favorite, being in their hometown.
Oh,
I would
it has
think so.
to be.
Probably feel a little extra sense of obligation to do a little bit better and march a little bit crisper, and
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
mom and dad are watching, and your extended family watching, and all your friends from
And your
high school are
friends,
watching.
they're
Yes.
here.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah. It's probably hard not to be like, hi, guys.
I know, right? They can't miss a beat. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
I couldn't help but notice they were running alongside the band as a young lady carrying
Yes.
the water.
She is the
Making
VIP
sure
of the day.
Yes.
You guys are hydrated and stay safe. Obviously, you got to beat the heat.
Yeah, and Jeff Denoyer is out along the parade route for us now again, and he's meeting more people and more friends. What do they think
Shocking.
of the band, Jeff?
Yeah, it's funny too. I even walked in front of the camera, I think, at one point because I can't get enough FaceTime. So instead of seeing the parade, let me watch me walk right by. But what a great kickoff. I don't know, maybe it's just kind of corny to me, is like when the first band comes in and then we start kicking off the parade, I get these little goosies, J-Lo goosies. I'm like, oh, the parade's here and it starts. And now you just sit in, you enjoy, you sit back and you just take it all in. And that's what the July 4th in Bristol is all about. The parade route itself, you can still see if you take a look down the road, parade still kind of back up a little bit way back there, but look at all the people now. It's filled in nicely. You can see a lot of people sitting back, and I'm chasing people down, talking with them, and the one thing I get when I talk to anybody that's along the street line here is how excited they are to be here, how they wouldn't miss this for the world. I was just talking to people up the road. There's a couple that are a little too far out of my range, but they're from Minnesota, and they said, I'm here because our son is in the band. And I think a lot of the bands that come and travel across the United States, you have so many family members and people who support them in the band that they travel with them too. We've already talked to Jeff from South Dakota earlier, and that's a big part of the parade. And they said, we wouldn't miss this trip for the world. When we found out that our son was going to be in the band, the Bristol parade, and part of the band from Minnesota, we had to come and support. And that's what this is all about. People are so excited to be here in Bristol for the 234th celebration. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jeff. We saw all those shots of all those kids all dressed up in their red, white, and blue vest. I just love seeing the way they all get dolled up. Alana, you're going to be there next year with your little girl,
if you
getting her all
saw my
dressed
Facebook
up.
or Twitter, I already have a matching outfit for this dress.
That's perfect.
For next 4th of July.
That is so cute.
It's
really,
the best.
really cute. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more live coverage from Bristol. Stay with us.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
See what's happening now at the Newport Mansions, the Audubon exhibition at Rosecliff, the Breakers Family Tour, and the Elms Servant Life Tour. Enjoy a light snack at the Garden Cafe and Chinese Tea House. For a full schedule, visit newportmansions.org.
What are you doing? Putting pictures online so people will tell me what they think.
No.
I think they're lovely. Well, thank you.
You don't put pictures on the line, you put them online.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses for up to 50% off 4th of July savings.
Or get up to 6 years no-interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
What's this?
You are now blocked.
That's not right.
This summer, if you're working in the heat, keep yourself on the job and out of the ER by knowing the signs of heat exhaustion. Heavy sweating, cool, moist skin while in the sun, dizziness, and muscle cramps are all signs you may be experiencing heat exhaustion. Beat the heat by taking breaks, seeking shade, and drinking more water. Remember, take breaks, seek shade, and drink water. This is a message from the Rhode Island Department of Health.
See what's happening now at the Newport Mansions, the Audubon exhibition at Rosecliff, the Breakers Family Tour, and the Elms Servant Life Tour. Enjoy a light snack at the Garden Cafe and Chinese Tea House. For a full schedule, visit newportmansions.org.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Welcome back to Bristol and our live coverage here at ABC6, and what a privilege it is for us to be here on America's birthday on July 4th, 2019, and we've got perfect weather. It's always a perfect day for a parade, but this really is a perfect day for a parade with a capital P and an exclamation point at the end. Just gorgeous here at Hope Church, and you can see all the folks lining our spot here. Everybody knows this is the place to be. And while we have a moment before we get to our Chief Marshal, Jim Farley, we want to thank the sponsors. I know you just saw a little bump in there thanking the sponsors, but we wanted to do it verbally as well to let you know that we wouldn't be able to do this without the sponsors. You know, it's great as a public service, but you know, there's a financial aspect to this as well. We want to thank Cardi's Furniture, BMW of Newport, which provided unbelievable vehicles this year for our ABC6 talent to ride in. Wait till you see these two cars, just gorgeous cars. The Department of Health sponsors our flyover cam and is urging everyone to beat the heat with water, rest, and shade. Yes. And Leo's and Long's Tom and Garden, who supplied our gator, which is just buzzing around the streets and probably getting in trouble with the police officers here in Bristol.
Probably.
Maybe a little bit. You know, Leo's is right across the way from us, and they fed our crew this morning this delicious breakfast, which was so nice. But we also were in the kitchen with Paul Manzeri from the restaurant this morning. We were whipping up some red, white, and blue salsa, patriotic salsa.
How did you do the blue? I'm curious.
Blueberries.
What?
And then strawberries, but I bet you don't know what the white was.
Onion?
Onion?
No.
What?
Bananas.
Jicama.
Okay.
What?
Jicama.
What's jicama?
It's like a root vegetable.
Jicama, you just made that up.
It's spelled jicama.
Yeah, it was
that
J. So it was delicious, though, guys. So much so that Paul said
that does sound good.
He made it as his special last night. He served it on top of swordfish.
Very
and it's
interesting.
sold out.
Sounds
so there you go.
There's our guy.
There
There's Jim
is.
Farley, the Chief Marshal here. He's all decked out with a jacket on, which is even
look at
more
him.
impressive. Chief Marshal role started in 1826, and now Mr. Farley, Jim, he's James there, the formal, hasn't been called James probably since his mom was mad at him when he was a kid, chasing him with a stick. But this role started in 1826, and he is part of a very distinguished group. And he told me when we got a chance to meet a few weeks ago how it was very important to him to have the military connection as part of his civilian and military age walking with him, because when he was involved.
Sir, how are you doing today?
All right.
It's great to have you here today.
Thank you. It's nice being here.
Nice being here, and you enjoying the weather? Good stuff.
Oh, the weather couldn't be better. Well, it could be a little cooler, but it's not doing bad.
I'll work on that next year for you, sir.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay, but I'm not marching next year.
That's all right. We want you're going to be here to visit. Cause,
yeah.
What do you think about the turnout today?
I think it's magnificent.
Yeah.
People love Bristol any time of the year, but this is real special.
Well,
Great.
you enjoy the day today. We'll let you
All
keep
right.
going. I'll get out of the way. Gentlemen, thank you for everything you do.
He is just soaking this up. My goodness. And as well he should. I love this fun fact. So he said he was born at home during the hurricane in 1938. And he's been stirring up a storm ever since.
I love that.
Yeah. He's walking too.
I love that. I know.
Mr. Farley, he really has embraced this role. He took his time deciding when Fran O'Donnell asked him, and he's like, you know what, I want to think about it. But he, understanding, of course, not that he didn't appreciate it. In fact, it was because he does appreciate it, all that goes into it and the responsibilities you have. But I wanted to quickly mention all the movies he's been in.
That was his wife that just passed by in the car.
They've been married 55
Yep.
years, by the way, and here's all of his aides and family and friends. And I know they're really excited. He's got 3 daughters, 6 grandchildren.
Wow.
And they're all here and traveled a great way to be here and to support Jim. Also Halsey Herreshoff, Chief Marshal from 1984. If you really want to do a deep dive on Halsey Herreshoff, it's worth it. The background, and I call him a Renaissance man, all the things he's done. He's known as a naval architect, but there's so many other things there, and what a life he has led. But Jim usually watches this when he's not walking in the parade, in those years that he's not involved with it. He's at the Lobster Pot, in that beautiful spot. And this year, obviously, he'll be walking by the Lobster Pot at a very good pace with his military aides with him and his family and friends, and just so happy for Jim. What a great day.
Also in his court was Robert McKenna, the interfaith speaker from this year, too. He wanted to mention that.
That's also another very important role. And the dignitaries here, as they roll on here, the 4th of July committee officers, they work 51 weeks a year, folks. And I was reading and chatting with Fran last night. She's the chair of this celebration. The price tag on this is roughly $450,000, and it's all done through sponsorships and fundraisers and passing the hat and all that sort of stuff. $450,000.
Wow. You think about that and what they put on here and what they bring into this town.
And there's Fran right there.
That's amazing.
Right?
Oh, there she is.
What a great job she does. And Jim Farley was effusive in his praise of her and all the work that goes into it. And what a fantastic job she does. Another very popular band year after year. The Portuguese independent band from Bristol and Dorking. This is a very special year for them as they celebrate a key anniversary.
I know, 100 years. Can you believe it? They organized back in 1919. Let's listen to them play for a sec here, guys. Thank you to conductor Dennis Raposa, who's been with the Portuguese Independent Band for 52 years.
Congratulations, Dennis. There's our man, patriotic speaker, Mr. Ryder Ferris, 18 years old. Yes. And Ryder is an impressive young man, if you couldn't already tell. To be selected as patriotic speaker is such a huge honor. I think it's right there with Chief Marshal, maybe even more so because of the history associated with how this started in 1785. But this young man caught the attention of the 4th of July committee as a really young man. He memorized a poem that was written by his grandfather. I was told that he was just 10 or 11 at the time, and he spoke to this crowd. They couldn't believe, who is this kid? And they remembered, and all these years later, they said, you know what, we want to take a fresh perspective on this and have a different viewpoint. And that's how they selected young Ryder. And I understand he did a phenomenal job, and he's just a very impressive young man as he heads off to college in the fall.
Yep, St. Francis Xavier in Nova Scotia.
How awesome for him to be riding in this parade when every year he and his family are on the route. They live on the route. They're watching it, and now he's marching in it.
Some of the Bristol town officials coming by.
The Bluesmobile.
Now the Bluesmobile.
Now I have to say, Amy Potts from Light Rock 105, her dad is in there. In the Bluesmobile.
Is he driving?
You know, I'm not sure.
Or is he playing a harmonica?
I would think that's him. Pretty cool car.
Sounds great.
They're taking their time.
Dare to play the blues.
That's great.
The irony that the state police are right behind the Blues Brothers there. Keeping an eye on them, I think. I don't know, maybe it's me.
Who set up this order parade?
Rhode Island State Police established in 1925. Their motto is a very basic one, but a very clear one, in service of the state.
Yes, and we will see the new superintendent, Colonel James Manny, coming up a little later. Just confirmed back in February, I think it was.
A lot of different roles he's had. He was on the job for 25 years,
yes.
Mr. Manny. Got out of state police work for a little while. He was town manager.
Narragansett.
Yeah.
Now he's back. The governor appointed him, Governor Raimondo, after Colonel O'Donnell stepped down.
Colonel Somerville.
Yes, thank you. I was thinking of something
That's
else.
why we're here, John.
That's right. All the mistakes I make, you guys are here to pick me up and remember me. Thank you.
It's a tough job. Someone's got to do it. Here is the Governor's Own 88th Army Band out of East Greenwich.
Army bands, and this one is the oldest of the three. It was established in 1892.
Wow. And actually all part-time National Guard soldiers make up the band, who obviously have a talent in music as well. And
there's our delegation right there. There's Congressman Cicilline right to left, Congressman Langevin, Senator Reed, Senator Whitehouse. They never miss this parade.
No way.
No.
There's Treasurer Magaziner there with the flashy pants on.
Well, if there was ever a day to wear your Nantucket Reds,
very
John.
true.
And very stylish. Yeah, this is Senator Whitehouse.
It's an appropriate tie as well.
I like that Statue of Liberty on there.
Nice.
It's a nice look.
Always good to see them come by.
Oh,
here we
a
go,
float
guys.
Winner.
The winner of the Most Beautiful Commercial Award for the parade is, can you guess? The Miss and Little Miss 4th of July float, American Beauties in the Park. Our Miss 4th of July, she came by this morning, Jillian Fitting, along with Little Miss 4th of July, Michaela Neves. They were part of Good Morning Providence, and they decided they'd become so close they wanted matching dresses for today. So they look gorgeous in their royal blue.
That gives a really good look.
These young ladies really, they're a part of so much that happens here in the town, from Flag Day all throughout the summer, and then they even are part of all the Christmas celebrations, and it really is such an honor for two young ladies who were born and raised here in town.
That's a great point, Doreen. All the responsibility they have at such a young age, how mature they have to be able to pull that off and handle themselves the way they do in such a very classy manner.
There they are.
Hello. There they are.
Gorgeous young ladies.
This is their shining moment.
They've been practicing those waves, don't you think?
Yeah, they have it down. I could take some
Michaela.
tips.
We got a little extra wave.
All right, another float winner, most original commercial. This is the Orange Creek Derby winners.
These look, if I was a kid, if I could turn back time.
Here we go.
There we go. I can't even use the sun as an excuse beating Donna on there. I get loopy. But seriously, if I could turn back time, I would love to be moving around one of those little cars.
Oh,
how much fun does that look like?
So
it's
much
amazing.
Fun.
I'm a little disappointed in my childhood that I never raced them.
I mean, the closest I can think of is the go-karts, but they're all hooked up, and they can only go a certain speed and stop very fast. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, my goodness. Wave the flag. Wave the flag. There we go.
So one of the things I thought was so funny, guys, about the first and second place winners of the Orange Creek Derby this year, they were sisters.
That's right.
The Pisasal sisters, Julia and Kara. Julia is the younger one, and she won. Good luck in that house.
I know.
Well, it's competition, though, right?
Oh, there's her crate.
Yeah.
This makes America great.
Exactly.
Look, those are
so
cool little
fun.
cars, though.
So
They
cool.
really are.
They even give out an award for the best looking car in the Derby.
I bet
as
that's
well.
hard to win that, because they all have a little extra style to them. Here's the
Yeah.
go-karts.
Yeah, coming
That's
from
fun.
Seacon Grand Prix there.
Oh, look out.
How did those kids get that job?
That's a good job to have.
Hey, you
You
gotta
don't have to
know
walk
someone.
2.5 miles, having a good time speeding around.
And,
look cute
and
go-karts.
you're perfectly within your limits to just bump into somebody.
Oh, yeah. Doreen, maybe
Right?
we can get you in one of those next
I
year.
think that sounds great.
Pull some strings.
I love it.
Actually, it'd be a really fun live shot on Good Morning Providence. You and Chelsea in the little go-karts.
Tune in Monday.
No. What could go wrong?
Nothing. Be fantastic.
That's excellent.
I'd pay to see that. I'm getting up extra early to watch that.
Maybe that should be John Krinjak's next staycation.
JK, yes. For the
Right.
Seekonk Grand Prix.
Yeah.
You know who we
Good
cannot
stuff.
let in one of those go-karts is Liz Tufts. Horrible
No.
driver.
You're right.
Horrible driver. There's no backup camera on those. Forget about it.
Throwing her under the bus.
Right under the bus.
All right, we're going to save Liz here and talk about the Somerset Berkeley High School Marching Band.
The
coming
Blue Raider
in.
Marching Band. Here they are.
Yeah, they do a lot of competitions, guys. They compete all over New England. They were undefeated in the 10 competitions they entered.
As the button contest winner.
Love them. Maya DeCastro and Evan Daniel. And then the overall winner, someone you might be familiar with, Hunter Rodriguez. Oh, he's not here, but we'll talk about him later.
I did see him for a second, though.
For a
You're
split
right.
second.
Yes, he was there.
Now we're back to the band.
There they are.
But I like to think of the Rodriguez family as like the Patriots. They're 6-time winners.
Yes, they are.
Hunter
And Forrest.
and Forrest.
His twin brother.
Which one's Tom Brady and which one's Julian Edelman?
Whichever one you want him to be.
Okay.
You can pick them out if you want.
Again, with the sibling stuff, though, guys, right? I mean, the competition
6-time
between
winners,
them.
though.
But by the way, they don't know who does the drawings when they
Blind,
pick
you're right.
the
It's
winner.
blind competition.
Right.
So it's really, it's fair.
Right, it's non-biased.
Yeah.
How about a shout out for the parents of the Somerset Berkeley band who actually build the props, they load and unload trailers, they chaperone, they provide food for the students. Look at them go.
They're under the direction of David Marshall. Says, by the way, they won in Group 1A
Oh, that's a trophy.
Division National Championship.
That
Oh, now
is a
there's the
trophy.
sign.
When you need a
Trophy.
truck to pull your trophy.
Check those out.
They should be proud.
Yes.
I think you could have somebody on your shoulders and still not reach the top of those trophies. My goodness. Wow.
Folks representing the Bristol Warren Regional School District. Kids are out of school, of course, right now, and they can wave and say, oh, there's the winner, there's my principal, there's the chair, there's the treasurer.
I'm doing my summer reading, I promise.
Yes, I have my list, I have my books.
But that doesn't start until after the 4th of July.
That's true. You could.
Sure.
That could be a
Does it
natural.
start before the week before Labor Day, really? Let's be honest.
And the Husky Boosters, a lot of championships here.
Love, love, love this float. They won the state championship in boys basketball, wrestling, gymnastics, and girls hockey.
Yes, they did. I
And
met
they're
one
celebrating that
Ryan
today.
last night. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh, and we also have the Mount Hope High School Unified Basketball team on here, guys. They were they beat undefeated Tollgate to win the championship as
Awesome.
well.
Congratulations to them.
That's a nice touch to include them in this as well. Congratulations, and to have that kind of success.
Whoa!
Hello.
That's impressive.
Guys.
Wow. Backflips.
Whoa.
Nicely done.
Very impressive.
Obviously on the gymnastics team. Thank you, John, for that unbelievable insight. but on a hot road,
Yep.
to do backflips like that. That's impressive. Yes, toot your horn. Toot,
So
toot.
great. Yeah, here's the float of the champions.
I think they're combined on both there as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
You know, just in case folks don't know what a unified team is.
I love everything about Unified.
It's
I love
fantastic. It's a really amazing program where they join people who are with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team to promote friendship and understanding. And it really, I talk about life-changing experience these high school students.
There's the antique fire truck, Rockwell Rocket antique fire truck. Some of the
And
students from the Unified Basketball team are in that fire truck as well. If we can get a
pretty
good look
cool
at
to
that.
ride on there. That's the Warren Fire Department truck behind them.
Hello, hello.
Happy 4th to you as well. Happy 4th.
That's got to be the best to honk that horn like that. Oh, yeah. You go to touch a truck, and that's the first thing all the kids want to do is honk that horn.
Hey,
We
thank
love
you.
We love you too, guys.
Appreciate that.
Hello to the Warren Town Council coming through.
It's nice that Warren can be a part of this as well. I know there's a natural rivalry here between Bristol and Warren, and this is always a nice moment for the folks in Warren to take part in this as well. And depending on the direction you come in, you have to go through Warren. So Warren, you know, in fact, leaving last night, I'm going to tell this quick story. Leaving last night after Alana and I did our early coverage for the concert and fireworks, from Thames Street and really a little past that, all the way back to, I want to say, Patriot Liquors in Warren.
Mm-hmm.
It was cars.
I believe
going
it.
into
Oh, yes.
going into
Hi, happy Fourth.
into Warren. That's how many people were making their way to Bristol last night. It's just unbelievable amount of folks making their way in.
And you talk about the boost to the economy too. I mean, that helps them as well.
It really does.
Yeah.
Most patriotic, non-commercial.
Mm-hmm.
The St. Mary's Church, I believe. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
St. Mary's, words to live by.
Members of Bristol's clergy.
Very impressive float. I like that.
They do a great job every year. Every year I feel like they win a title.
Well, I think it is, you guys were mentioning earlier, that sense of wanting to do something special because it's so important to the town. You're a part of this community. You don't want to embarrass yourself. You don't want to embarrass your organization, so you know that you see it with the students at Roger Williams University. You're seeing it here with this float as well.
It's funny, they have to submit their ideas for their floats when they get approved to be in the parade. Oh, there's Reverend Barry there. People keep it a secret too, John and Alana, because they don't want everybody to know what they're doing.
Exactly.
And they're afraid somebody will reveal their big thing so that they get the edge
Right.
for their floats.
Top secret.
I'm glad you told that story because we were talking to Jim Tavares last night,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, give us a sense of what we're going to see. He goes, I don't know.
He
They
said
send
he
us
doesn't know.
for the pictures,
Yeah.
and they draw them in, you know, kind of like a sketch kind of thing, probably to your point.
Yeah.
It's a surprise for everyone.
Cotter High School Band here from Minnesota.
All the way from Minnesota.
Welcome to Bristol.
Some of their family is on the sidelines talking to Jeff.
They're under the direction of Andy Urier. About 75 students in grades 9 through 12. This is a Catholic school and an international boarding high school and junior high school. Being a part of the band really takes these kids to some pretty amazing places.
You really do get to experience a lot of all great country has to offer, and you get to be a part of a celebration like this. Something none other can do. It's interesting to march around the flags. Go out of formation, get back into formation, all perfectly coordinated. Very impressive, folks.
Well played music. That always amazes me.
They wanted to show Bristol what they're made of out in Minnesota.
Oh, they knew where the TV cameras were, huh?
They sure did. And a shout out to the young lady who was marching backwards, conducting the band.
You're impressive.
Very.
I don't remember them being in the parade before, John, do you?
It doesn't ring a bell?
Yeah.
Doesn't ring a bell, but this rings a bell. New England Patriots cheerleaders,
Right.
6-time Super Bowl champions. The most recent Super Bowl, this is obnoxious, the most recent Super Bowl was this year, the 6th.
Followed by Pat Patriot. Don't you love, though, that we've got two sports teams, the Red Sox and the Patriots, where their colors are red, white, and blue. So you just naturally
Very
sit there
patriotic.
here today.
Hello, ladies. Thank you for stopping by Bristol.
Making the day of so many here today.
You know, we love the Patriots for obvious reasons because they're so incredibly successful, but also their involvement in the community. You know, the Kraft Foundation, I know it's very important that all the players have to do something on their day off, and you see the community involvement, very impressive.
Yes.
Pat the Patriot, this guy's never met a stranger, right here.
No.
Knows everyone. He's running for office today.
I love it.
Shaking hands, kissing babies.
Well, he's the
star.
champ, right?
He's
right?
taking, I want to guess he's taking more pictures than just about anybody. If he hasn't, he's in the team picture for most pictures taken today. And there's Pause. Hey. That's a nice little 1-2
Where's
punch
his
there.
counterpart? Where's the lovely Miss
she's a little
Fox?
behind.
Okay.
She's socializing. There she is. You see her in the back?
Yes, I do.
All the kids
Of course.
love to see Pause.
Some fun times at the ballpark for sure. Was there just 2 weeks ago, actually, for a great game.
Oh.
Hey, speaking of
It was a lot
baseball,
fun.
The Blues,
Bristol
baseball the way it
Blues.
was meant to be played, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. No gloves,
Yikes.
hard ball. I don't know how hard the hard ball is, but a few years ago they threw one at me. Hurt my hand.
Oh no.
Are you still recovering?
I think so. Little bruise.
The pitcher throws underhand, though, when they play, right?
I
Or
don't know.
no?
They say they do, but I'm sure somebody's rifling in mid-90s
Right?
or something, just showing off. But I like the uniforms, though. Those are cool.
Very cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Anything throwback looks good. You want to sell something, just go throwback. Go to the 70s or really go real old school. There she is, funky white sister,
how
Mary
could you
Halsey.
miss her? She says she's not singing, but she does have her horn.
The antelope horn.
In case you don't know, just in case, she did a cover of Missy Elliott's "Work It," and it went viral last year. She was all over the place. It was hard to miss Mary Halsey.
It was.
She went on the Ellen show and
Instant celebrity here in Rhode Island.
Who are these folks, Doreen?
Oh, Doreen, tell us.
Oh, I know them well. It's Anna. We're getting a ball. We're getting a ball.
Oh, it is a little
Sorry.
softer. Thank you. Appreciate
They must
that.
have heard us. Sorry, the Bristol Blues came up here on our set.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
we have the Disney princesses come by there quickly, too, in case you saw them.
Winnie the
And
Pooh.
Winnie the
Winnie?
Pooh.
Is that the Cookie Monster, too?
Oh,
Yeah.
What's that Elmo?
Cookie?
No, that's Cookie Monster. Elmo's red. He's coming.
Okay,
Give him
thank
a minute,
you.
John.
Thank you.
Elmo looks like he's getting a ride. Maybe he's too big
Elmo's
of a
smart.
star, that Elmo.
Exactly.
We have so much more to come here live from Bristol. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini have delivered hundreds of millions of dollars for personal injury victims. If you've been injured at work or in an accident, call the firm that not only wrote the book on personal injury law, but continues to deliver results for the people of Southern New England.
Strike out Lyme and other diseases ticks carry by remembering 3 magic words.
Repel!
Avoid tall grass, stay on trails, and wear bug spray. Check the spots on your body where ticks like to hide. Check your pets, too.
Remove!
If you find a tick, remove it right away. If you get a fever or a rash or are very tired, see a doctor. For more tick-free Rhode Island tips from the Rhode Island Department of Health, visit health.ri.gov/ticks.
Just what I wanted. Think it's comfortable? You need a bigger screen. Something's not right.
Guys,
dignitaries.
Come try it in the showroom. Ah.
Glad you tried it in store?
We'll take 3. Try it before you buy it. Come in today and test dress Nectar Mattress in-store at any Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses location. Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses.
The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini have delivered hundreds of millions of dollars for personal injury victims. If you've been injured at work or in an accident, call the firm that not only wrote the book on personal injury law, but continues to deliver results for the people of Southern New England.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Welcome back to Bristol, everyone, where the parade is well underway now. We've already seen some very impressive floats, amazing bands, and the party's just getting started.
You know who's bringing the party right now is the 3/5. They're an 80s rock cover band from right here in Bristol.
And they're no stranger to parades. They have members that are ex-marching band members, so they've been in a parade or two.
Check out this setup, you guys. A rolling party.
They just wrapped up a song. Oh, here we go.
Right into it.
Black Crows. That's not 80s, that's early 90s.
Yeah. I bet they get the crowd going, huh?
And in the Beetle, we've got Joan Roth, Chief Marshal from 1986.
Joan, happy 4th of July, Joan. Good to see you.
She was the second woman to ever be honored with the position. The first was her aunt. How about
Always
that?
a family affair in Bristol.
Next up here is Herbie Moitoso. He was a chief marshal in 1999.
Also a big Patriots fan, apparently. Named the 2010 New England Patriots Fan of the Year. I'm sure he had a lot of competition in that, too.
Maybe they had to keep him a little farther back from Pat Patriot.
Right.
I remember when Herbie won that, actually. Now you mentioned that, Alana. Thank you.
That's fun.
It's cool to be in a convertible, especially on a beautiful summer day.
Oh,
There's
it's
the McNeils.
perfect. Yeah. This is where we have all of our past chief marshals come through, everybody.
Jerry and Mickey McNeil. 25 years ago today, they were the chief marshals. Came back just for this special anniversary for them.
Yeah, they've moved away, but they wanted to be here to celebrate today.
Former town crier Jerry was as well.
Yes.
Chief Marshal and town crier. There's David Barboza. Chief Marshal, yeah, 2014. I think if memory serves, David had a scooter when he was making his way through, when he was Chief Marshal, and instead of walking, he had a little scooter. That's the way to do it. Not a not a scooter. What are the things that I would break my ankle on? It's the
moped?
No,
oh.
It's a little pole, and you kind of put pressure
what are
on
those
it.
called?
I don't know. Anyway,
We'll
that's what
think
he
of
had
it.
on.
A Segway?
Segway,
Yes,
yes,
thank
that's
you.
what he had.
John, we would be
Very
lousy
stylish.
at charades.
Yes, we would be. We don't think the same way, that's for sure. That's been proven. I believe it's Suzuki. Oh, this is Tyler and Ryan performing, but just went by in that white Thunderbird was Oki Falcoa, Chief Marshal 2016.
So these guys were on The Voice, and they were on a Ryan Seacrest show called Best Cover Ever. Brothers from Bristol, Tyler and Ryan.
Now YouTube sensations.
Yeah.
Follow me, I'll show you around. I'll take you away down there. We kiss to the rhythm of the midnight wind. There's a job we used to try, but we keep falling out to dry. We were so crazy and we never knew why, but it always made us feel alive. People have coming on.
Different look of Uncle Sam.
I feel like there's such a youthful energy. You know, we talked about the Patriotic speaker being a recent high school grad. Now we've got Tyler and Ryan, and now here are our college friends from Roger Williams.
All the hard-working float committee.
Their hard work paid off, Alana. They won a prize, too. They were the most beautiful non-commercial.
That must be a coveted award. A lot of competition.
Their float's called From Sea to Shining Sea.
There's the finished product Tim Studebaker teased us with.
Yes. Hand-painted postcards all along the float, showing some coastal landmarks from across the country.
Some impressive painting skills you'll see coming up here.
They're very talented.
Yeah.
So they deserve to celebrate the way they are.
Hey, I talked to these guys earlier this morning. These are the hitmen from Rochester, New York. And they call themselves a bunch of good fellas who come together.
Welcome to Bristol.
Amazing.
Let's listen in.
Italians here in Rhode Island,
a couple,
so they're ready for us.
Two tree Italians.
Dragnet? I like the ties.
They were telling me they'd like to thank the officers who let them out of their correctional facilities to be here today. They know how to have a good time, these guys.
Providence Mayor Jorge Alorza making his way down the route.
Happy 4th, everybody. Have a great day today. Happy 4th.
Like all the politicians
Happy 4th,
shaking a few
everybody.
hands
Have a great day
as
today.
it goes.
Happy 4th, everyone. Enjoy the day.
Is he asking people, are you a registered voter in Providence as he goes by?
Got a guard.
Those hitmen don't relent, do they?
It's Cranston Mayor Alan Fung.
Happy 4th,
Every year the mayor comes with a shirt and tie.
Happy 4th, Rhode Island.
He
Enjoy
doesn't mind the
today.
heat. I always think of him
Bless
when he jumps into
America.
the Budlong pool. He used to do that.
Yes,
Remember
in
that?
his suit.
Fully clothed.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds good right about
It
now.
does sound
It
good
does.
right about now.
It does. There with his wife, Barbara Ann.
Ooh.
We were joking when we
Beautiful.
saw them bringing this in this morning that that's what we were going to put our ABC 6 friends in. This golden
Chelsea
carriage.
and Liz.
That's
Very
pretty
fitting.
fancy.
They're coming up behind here, but look at this carriage. Just astounding.
A lot of history with the Belcourt Castle. Designed in 1891.
We're still hearing the hitmen. They went 5 minutes ago, but we're still hearing them. They're soaking it in.
Belcourt Castle. 4th. Happy 4th, baby.
Gives us a good look right there at the carriage. Is this the way you expect to be brought around Bristol from now on, Doreen?
Yes.
Something like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to expect this to pick me up in my house to bring me to Good Morning Providence every day.
Before you
Seems-
turn into a pumpkin at
seems
midnight.
about
Oh wait,
right.
no,
Exactly.
that's not you.
I'll hang on to those glass slippers, though. That's so cool.
He's getting a good long look at this
Yeah.
golden carriage.
Well, you know, we talked about the history of the Belcourt Castle, but the whole thing was designed as a getaway for a bachelor, and so the whole house only had one bedroom.
Right.
But then all this room for horses. So
Horses.
you'd imagine those horses carried the
Makes sense to
beautiful
me.
carriage, right?
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
Unbelievable. That cracks me up to think of a place that big with one bedroom. Talk about a bachelor pad.
Absolutely.
Live in privacy with his horses.
The castle now owned by Carolyn Raffilian from Alex and Ani, though. She said she wants to restore it to the way it was originally.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
I've seen you all on TV before. What's that now? What are you doing?
We are having so much fun. The crowd is a lot more pumped this year, I think, right?
You feel like there's a lot more, I think there's energy every year, but this is exceptional, right?
Yeah, the weather's even better, Joe.
You know, I got Nick Coy, I'm a little
Yes.
jealous. You got the hat.
Well, believe me, I've done the parade before without the hat, and it wasn't pretty afterwards. So I'm enjoying myself because of that. This is great.
I have something to look forward to then. Okay, that's great. I'm gonna get Chelsea and John too. Is that okay? Am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed to get Chelsea and John too?
Go
All
for
right,
it,
they
Jeff.
said go ahead.
for
We're
it.
good. Come on in. What you got? Hi. How you doing?
We're having so much fun.
Yeah,
so much fun.
I'm a little jealous. I don't get to ride in the BMW,
Yeah,
but
this is a fancy car, huh?
this is a fancy
Real
car,
fancy
right?
car.
Hey, how you doing? You got big plans after the parade today?
Gonna go watch some fireworks.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I
We're
might
ready for it, huh?
Hey, good job on the forecast. You too. John, what's up, buddy? Hey, I don't want to get my foot run over.
It's my first parade. I can't believe it. It's amazing. Yeah. But it's not too hot. It's not too bad.
I did that for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Not as hot as last year. Yeah.
You all have a great time. I gotta go. They're telling me to get rid of me.
All right.
All right, don't forget, guys, you have to get up early tomorrow morning, Chelsea and John.
Let's get a really good look at this
5
car, by
a.m.
the way. That's a BMW M850i convertible.
Beautiful.
From the iconic 8 Series, which BMW put away for a long time. They brought it back to much fanfare, and that is the car a lot
Someone
of
knows
folks would
his
love to
cars.
have. Well, that car is just an unbelievably gorgeous car. And that's from BMW and Newport Greco family.
Gorgeous.
Our
US
guys are riding
Postal
around in
Service.
style today, that's for sure.
Yes, they are. I would like to apologize on behalf of my dogs who snatch the mail out of your hands every day.
Monroe Dairy with a different kind of milk
Very
truck right there.
good, yes.
That corners really well. Very nice, sir.
Perfect.
He's having a good time.
I love that the Monroe Dairy has a band.
I know. The cow band.
Yes. And there's the cow.
I believe that was Rob Armstrong driving the little dairy truck.
I always see the Monroe Dairy trucks on my way to work every morning, out making the deliveries, doing the rounds. These guys work hard.
Looks like Monroe's going to play for us. Let's listen in.
Crazy guys to think that Monroe Dairy was established in Wow.
Another Monroe Dairy truck. Their band was great. I enjoyed it.
That is Tara Granahan there. I wish we could get a shot of Tara in the Corvette there.
Oh, this is the
This is
Funky
not Tara
Carnival.
Granahan. No, she will have your head done.
This
for
is
that.
fun. There's
There
Tara.
she is.
I don't know what she's won, but she's been recognized again by Rhode Island Monthly for doing such a fantastic job. I have a sense of what it is, but I can't say. Always good to see Tara, a good friend. Used to work at ABC6 many moons ago.
I feel her seat.
Now this is Funky Carnival in Canada. Now they were wearing colanders on their heads. Whatever works, right?
Well, that's what makes them funky. And if you have a K for Carnival, I think that makes you funky.
You're right, automatically.
Yeah.
Like a Kardashian,
It was just
automatically cool.
If that's what you qualify for, sure. They're having a lot of fun, though. Oh, this is always such a fun hay wagon that's coming by us right now. It's the Bristol Theater Company, a bunch of young kids who put on a show, and this year they're working hard on Disney's Camp Rock, the show coming up in August. You don't have to tell these kids, smile bigger.
Yeah, they know the camera's on, don't they? No directions needed.
I think they might be singing a song from the musical.
Don't they have a show coming up?
They do, yeah, Disney's Camp Rock, August 1st through the 4th. It's a really neat thing, though, that they do throughout the East Bay and promote the theater arts. Such an important part of shaping these young children. I also enjoy the moms that go along the side and help coach them along. Maybe I do get a little coaching.
The cheerleaders.
I do love that. Oh, here, can you hear them? What I tell you, they knew just what to do, right?
You got it down to a science. Oh, my favorite part, the Hallamore Clydesdales. Beautiful.
Beautiful, striking, attention-getting.
They're so majestic, and you can hear them coming, that clop clop down the street.
That is Supreme and Emperor leading the pack. They were chosen because they're handsome and
love
they're
that.
bold, but not too crazy. That's what their handler said.
I love that. He said it doesn't hurt that they're so handsome. I agree, guys.
And big, 2,200 pounds.
Wow.
6 feet tall.
Check them out. They get up real early this morning to get these guys groomed for today. You can see the ribbons in their manes.
And how impressive for the horses to handle all of this. The noise,
right?
All that's going on.
And they remain calm. They do
Very
their jobs.
specifically trained.
Happy 4th, folks. Great spot there on the curb. I think the folks with the tents, that's really a great idea.
Yes.
Every year you seem to see a few more as people figure things out from coming. I can't believe it, guys. We've wrapped up our first division. And we're getting ready to head into our next division, the military division.
And this is where the parade picks up in the sense that people, oh, military division now, okay, and a round of applause, and certainly for respect, but also the real thank you so much, the appreciation for all that you do to keep our country safe, those who serve and have served.
What it's all about.
Getting us that freedom that we enjoy every day.
And this parade, as Alana mentioned, as we first came on the air, the connection with the military. You know, the military, the civic, the firemen's parade, that's what this is. It has been for so many years. United States Marine Corps Detachment out of Newport.
230 members strong.
You think about that naval station in Newport, what that does for the economy. We talk about what the parade does. We see all these, folks and the impact they have on the area as well. Now the Navy Band Northeast is making their way. I always love hearing them play as well. As soon as they get going, I'll stop talking. I'm sure people at home are like, thank goodness that guy's talking. Enough of that clown. Let's listen to Navy Band Northeast.
love about this group is the precision
Perfect.
with which they walk.
Even their shadows in perfect unison.
And there's something about those crisp white uniforms. Just look at that group right there.
It's visually striking. It really is, Doreen.
Amazing men and women.
You hear the appreciation from the folks here in Bristol. Thank you for your service, folks.
I like when we show their faces like that too, so you really get to see them and give them the tribute they deserve.
I'm glad we're able to get a good long look here.
It's such a big group, right?
Followed by the Navy Supply Corps School.
Led by Commander William J. Barish. Hear that applause. Oh, nice.
That's a nice touch,
wonderful.
yes. I love that. USS Tornado, the Patrol Craft 14. The ship's members there, crew members, 3 officers, 2 chiefs, 25 enlisted.
This is the visiting ship this year. You can see it out in Bristol Harbor. That's a long-standing tradition here in Bristol to have a ship come and look over the celebrations here.
It makes sense, doesn't it? It really does. And I know a lot of Bristolians love to get down to the harbor, any excuse to get down to the harbor, really. But you know, to see the visiting ship year after year is always a lot of fun. It's a treat for the folks who know to look for it. A lot of people don't know that. If you don't know, it's something you can see in the harbor, and it's visually striking to see.
And they often give tours too, which is kind of a neat thing too.
It's the JFK aircraft carrier replica. Gives a good look at an aircraft carrier. Get a sense of just how massive the landing areas are. Makes sense. I'd love to know how long that took to put together.
I was just thinking the same thing, John.
All the detail in it as well.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh, we saw those ladies earlier. They're still here.
There's the detail we're talking about. That
Yeah.
is the JFK aircraft carrier replica. You can tell by the planes a little bit older. Really nice.
Still a round of applause for all the military members here.
This ship, the JFK aircraft carrier, nicknamed Big John.
I like that. Can you refer to me as Big John for the rest
From
of the
here on out.
afternoon? At least,
Noted.
well, it's just 12 o'clock now. It is exactly 12:01 on the 4th of July. It is officially the afternoon here. You're watching our live coverage, ABC6's live coverage of the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration. So glad you could spend part of your day. We'd love to see you watch Sign On to Sign Off here with our coverage, but we know folks have things going on, but we really appreciate you stopping by ABC6 today to watch. Also online as well. We're streaming our service online as well, so if you have out-of-town friends, you can let them know they can watch it as well.
Saw the Rhode Island Aviation Hall of Fame coming through.
They sponsored that beautiful JFK aircraft carrier we just saw.
Happy 4th of July to you, folks. Our 75th anniversary of D-Day. so glad to see that in the parade. Reminds me of my new best friend, Shorty Terranova, 99-year-old young man from Westerly. He was in the D-Day invasion.
He was awesome.
He was awesome. And just so impressive. And,
How incredible to think what he lived through.
the story that he told and how he's lucky to be here, and gentlemen who served, and the sacrifices that they made, storming that beach in Normandy and being a part of that. I'm so glad that the D-Day vets are being recognized here as well. The 75th anniversary, 75 years ago.
Shorty is 99 years old?
99, he'll be 100 in December.
Wow. Now this is a 26-foot boat being pulled by the U.S. Coast Guard truck.
And these are the boats they took ashore.
Filled with young men willing
just
to risk
packed.
their lives.
Just think of how terrified they must have been. And then you just get on the beach, and Shorty told me he found an old foxhole he had gotten into, and so he was more nervous once he was in the foxhole, and he realized, oh my gosh, any one of these bombs could land on me.
Right.
And he told quite a tale. It was an interesting conversation I had with him and the Terranova family, which I appreciate so much that they reached out to ABC6 so that we could meet their patriarch and do a story on him. And he had never been on TV prior to that before, which I was stunned. That was the first time, and they were thrilled that they could tell the story to the younger kids and have that.
Exactly, you've documented that for posterity. That's great. Two Coast Guard vessels there passing us.
26-foot boat there. U.S. Coast Guard.
They must be busy today with all the people hitting the water to celebrate
so.
today.
Yeah, that's a tough job. And, you want people to have a good time, but not too much of a good time. And boating safety is something that sometimes gets overlooked.
Absolutely.
Bristol Battery Sea members, thank you for your service. Happy 4th of July to you as well.
Look at this. Is this the...
It's a howitzer?
Howitzer?
Yes.
Wow. Very deserving round of applause coming for these ladies and gentlemen.
It's one thing to hear about a howitzer, but to see one up close and in person like this.
I hope it stops right in front of us.
Right? Turn over, look to your right.
There it is.
There it is.
That just looks loud when it goes off, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And the power in it. This is an OH-6 helicopter. It really is amazing to think about seeing these things in person that you hear about or we tell people about on the news, right? To see it in person.
Blue Star moms. A son or daughter in active service. So thank you to them as well for their sacrifice.
Right, we know the families at home are serving too in their own way.
They've been around for 11 years. Think about how hard it is on a family when your son or daughter is serving in the military. You never know. The unknown is always the scariest. So, as Ivana said, it's so hard on the family and it's stressful, and the sacrifices they have to make as well. I mean, they have to give up.
It's great that they march too, right?
Yes.
They deserve the applause
deserve the
as well.
Absolutely, that's a great point, Ari.
A band out of South Dakota, the West Central High School Marching Trojans, Hartford, South Dakota. Jeff was talking to someone who knew their band director, Daniel I, earlier today. 103 members in here from grades 9 to 12. They're playing for us. Let's listen.
2015. Now they're back. There's something about Bristol that brings them back, John, right?
Something in the water, I think. Something in the air. And I think to be recognized like this, with this many folks, I mean, we see our location here, but when you go down to make the left at Lobster Pot and go up High Street, that is packed in down there. The crowd you're performing in front of for 2.5 miles. I'm sure it's an incredible experience for these young men and women. Putting the marching and the marching Trojans right here.
There's 103 kids that just marched past us, guys. Amazing.
And they look really good.
They
Yep,
do.
They sound great and they look great.
Well, you know, when you hear the muskets, John and Alana, we are in the militia division.
I always love this part of the parade
Yes.
as well. It's fun.
This is why I bought my kids earplugs to come to the parade today. True story.
Division Marshal here is Colonel Raymond Murray. The Bristol train of artillery formed in 1776. Right on
saying,
time
John?
with 1776. Rat-tat-tat-tat, musket fire. One of many militias used by Rhode Island in the Revolutionary War. And if you love to look back on history, a lot of folks love looking at the Revolutionary War history because it's so closely associated with Rhode Island. And Newport and Portsmouth, Tiverton and Cranston, and obviously up into Massachusetts as well.
They were responsible for a lot of the sounds here. The cannon that kicked off the parade.
Ooh, now you get the smell.
Yes, I like it. Like campfire.
Sorry for everybody who's watching us at home or streaming that you don't get this smell.
Gunpowder.
Or maybe I'm not sorry for you.
I was just thinking that side.
Sorry, not sorry.
Alana's sense of smell is
heightened. I like
you know,
it.
there were a bunch of little kids that were sitting right here by our set here.
Oh.
I noticed they're all gone right now. Maybe mom and dad do something.
There's Colonel Murray. Nice.
Well, when you're the division marshal of the militia division, you've got to be making some noise.
You have your own guns.
In charge of the cannons there. Yeah, little mini cannons.
I'll be the marshal, but here's what I'm going to do, folks.
These are my demands.
Let them fire us off to break, everybody. We'll be
One more
right
time?
back. More from Bristol.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Hey, it's Paul, owner and head chef of Leo's Ristorante and Catering here in the heart of downtown Bristol, serving authentic Italian cuisine for over 70 years. Enjoy our take on Italian-American classics. Join us for brunch on Sunday from 11 to 2, featuring our bottomless mimosas and our original breakfast pizza. Find us on Facebook or visit our website at leosristoranteri.com to see a complete and full menu or to book your next reservation.
This summer, if you're working in the heat, keep yourself on the job and out of the ER by knowing the signs of heat exhaustion. Heavy sweating, cool moist skin while in the sun, dizziness and muscle cramps are all signs you may be experiencing heat exhaustion. Beat the heat by taking breaks, seeking shade, and drinking more water. Remember, take breaks, seek shade, and drink water. This is a message from the Rhode Island Department of Health.
Make the switch into a new BMW at BMW of Newport and take the $10,000 test drive. Our summer switch is going on now. Stop by today and shop over 150 new BMWs, then take a test drive. And you'll be entered for a chance to win $10,000. Plus, at BMW of Newport, you always win with complimentary pickup and delivery for servicing your car with us. So don't miss the summer switch and your chance to win $10,000 right now at BMW of Newport.
The 4th of July is a great time to celebrate our country's independence with family and friends. But July 4th is also the most dangerous day of the year. The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini would like to remind you to be safe this summer and have a happy 4th of July.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Welcome back to Bristol, everyone. Our flyover camera from the Rhode Island Department of Health. The Kentish Guards, I believe, making their way through. This will get you going. Get the toes tapping. Love it. We are in the Militia Division, if you couldn't tell.
What a way to come back from a quick break. These guys.
Oh, the Bristol County Fifes and Drums. Okay.
All right, I was off a little bit.
They're
That's
coming.
okay.
They're coming. Don't worry, John. We'll get to them.
This is the highlight of their summer. The 4th of July parade here.
Hometown band.
Now we have the Revolutionary era replica ship. And there's the puppets coming out.
I hope the kids notice that. They'll get
I
a
think
kick
they
out
will.
of it.
It's a great way to get their attention. Get them talking about it, right?
A little scripture reading there as well.
It's sponsored by In His Image Outreach.
I believe it's their members who are behind those little puppets.
And now we have the Kentish Guards making their way. The patriotic music, the staple of the parade year after year. Now the Kentish Guards are here year after year. Loyal participants, Doreen.
It's amazing to think, too, that they were formed in 1774. 1774. There were 2 fifers, 2 drummers.
Bunch of guys, let's get together and play some tunes.
Yeah.
Drums.
Right.
You take the fifes, I'll take the drums. Let's go.
That's how that went down.
Yep.
They are the 6th oldest continuous military music organization in the United States.
And they're out of East Greenwich.
I'm just always amazed by these groups that have been around for hundreds of years.
There's a certain dedication to preserving that history.
Well, when you're just across the bay from the oldest continuous 4th of July celebration, you gotta keep up appearances, right?
It's a perfect marriage, though, isn't it?
It is.
To have them be a part of this.
I see some little kids with their ears plugged.
Very moving float.
Take this one in, folks. Best in parade.
Yep.
And you can see why.
The memorial wall.
It's actually to depict that famous painting by Lee Teeter, the Vietnam Memorial Reflections.
And I love the movement that they added.
Because in the actual painting, what it is you see the man touching the wall and the reflection of the soldiers on the other side meeting his hand.
They did
and
a great
so this
job
is their
showing
way
that.
to depict that.
More than 58,000 names on that wall. There you see some local.
That was amazing. I see why that one.
That looked
Best
great.
in parade.
You can see why that one won.
Hands down.
Question.
Wow.
Now we're on to the Patuxent Rangers. Just had a very big weekend in June for the Gaspee Days. Now they're here.
That was their practice round?
Yes. I'd like to shout out my neighbors, John and Sue.
Are they
Patuxent Rangers.
Part of
Sure
it?
are.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
I hear them practicing.
Hi, John and Sue.
But they do a great job. Again, talk about people who love to preserve the history and they take it very seriously. And this is their favorite day of the year.
They've been doing this Bristol parade for over 30 years.
That's John right there in the corner.
How about that?
Oh,
And that's part of the loyalty we're talking about.
Right.
That they want to be a part of this as well. I know the folks in Bristol love having them, that's for sure. Another element of our country's history and represented here at the Civil War reenactors. This is the 2nd Rhode Island Company B. It's nice for them to be able to walk behind the Pawtucket Rangers.
Yeah.
Get a little bounce in their step. I'm sure they're feeling it too. Those suits look, those uniforms look very warm to me.
Sure do.
I would say so.
This is always fun to see the old music machine, as I like to call it. Hey, what's that thing? It's a music machine. Music. I know there's a name for it, but I always call it the music machine. This is another throwback. Again, nostalgia, Dorian.
Exactly. And they're here year after year. Look how gorgeous that is, too. And they're keeping that in that pristine condition.
And just think of all the parades he could have been at. He's here in Bristol.
All the way from Boston, the Mariachi International Band. Let's listen to them.
That's another hot uniform there, John.
Yes. Big guitar there as well.
They have some built-in shade there with their sombreros. So
Yeah.
how fun, though.
Oh, there is so much more fun here to come, guys. It's unbelievable how great this parade is going today.
Yes.
It's perfection here in Bristol.
Everyone's enjoying it.
We have much more to come right after this. Stay with us.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini have delivered hundreds of millions of dollars for personal injury victims. If you've been injured at work or in an accident, call the firm that not only wrote the book on personal injury law, but continues to deliver results for the people of Southern New England.
Do you remember this?
Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Or this? If you were born between 1945 and 1965, you are 5 times more likely to have Hep C, a leading cause of liver cancer. Hep C is completely curable, and people can live with it for decades without any symptoms. If you or a loved one were born between 1945 to 1965, you could be living with Hep C. Ask your doctor today about getting tested for peace of mind or to explore treatment options.
We're in the last days of Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses 4th of July clearance savings of up to 50% off in every department, so shop today. Cardi's offers the largest selection of furniture and mattresses with the best award-winning customer service.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses today, and for a limited time,
Save up to 50% off floor sample clearance closeouts or get up to 6 years no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
Shop now, it all ends July 4th. Online or in stores, nobody beats Cardi's, nobody.
The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini have delivered hundreds of millions of dollars for personal injury victims. If you've been injured at work or in an accident, call the firm that not only wrote the book on personal injury law, but continues to deliver results for the people of Southern New England.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
We are in Bristol. Gorgeous day for a parade. 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. And we are now on to the 3rd division, the Veterans Division. And this is the real I say, the real appreciation part of our parade, even more so. I mean, the military, yes, and then the veterans as well because of their service and what they've sacrificed.
Kicking it off, the Warren Police Department Color Guard and Walter Quello, excuse me, the president of the Bristol Veterans Council.
And you can hear the folks in Bristol responding accordingly, recognizing the significance of the Veterans Division.
In case you didn't hear that at home, they led everybody in a chant of saying "Happy Birthday, America."
VFW from North Kingstown.
They're getting the crowd riled up.
If you don't know, the VFW has a mission to advocate on behalf of all veterans and to serve veterans and their communities as well. So make sure people don't ever forget. Veterans of foreign wars did for our nation. Hello, happy 4th.
This is the float of the tomb of the unknown soldier in Arlington National Cemetery.
Inscribed on the back of the tomb, you can see very clearly there. A great shot there, Dunkirk. It says, inscribed on the back of the tomb are the words, "Rest in honor, glory, and American soldier, to God."
The tomb has been guarded every minute of every day since 1957. It's a powerful monument that we have here in the United States.
It is. It gets your attention, doesn't it? The Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers at Arlington National Cemetery. It stands atop a hill overlooking D.C. That's one of those things when you go to D.C., it's a must. It's a must see.
That's something even as a kid you see as you're on your field trips. They take you there.
Thank you, veterans!
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Look at
goodness,
these
yes.
guys. Our Iwo Jima veterans of Rhode Island. There they are.
Thank you, gentlemen.
One of the fiercest and bloodiest fighting in World War II.
Just brutal. Heavy U.S. losses, incredibly heavy Japanese losses.
High price for victory.
Yes. And we always think, you think of Iwo Jima, you think of those Marines, that iconic image. The war effort in the Pacific there. There was an AP photo by a gentleman by the name of Joe Rosenthal. That image really does it to him. And here's the World War II veterans as well. Thank you for your service. Brigadier General Richard Valenti, World War II veteran Ed Oliver and his daughter Jennifer. They're in the Jeep as well.
Hear the applause again for all of these veterans as they come through. Our Iwo Jima veterans are taking off their hats to the crowd too. I mean, just amazing.
Well, they're
See
part
them
of that
thanking back,
generation
right?
as well. Exactly.
Yeah.
They feel a need to thank the people who are thanking them. That's just the way they were raised.
The Elks Lodge float coming by us here for the Veterans and Volunteers Appreciation and recognizing patriotism.
It's a festive little float there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Elks for you, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They do a lot to help the children.
Now that is a
and-
stroller.
She is tuckered out.
That is fancy on the 4th. I love it.
Out cold.
Nice touch.
That's great.
It is. There's Mr. Daly. He's waiting for him, Korean War veteran. He's having a good time too.
Look at him.
That's Thomas Daly in the Battle of Reservoir.
Talk about another one of those battles. Such a historic moment.
U.S. Army and the Marines fought the Chinese. They invaded South Korea. Mr. Daly was born in Connecticut in 1928. At 21, he went into the infantry division and sent to North Korea.
A long military career.
Now our friends, the Vietnam veterans, who for years were not given the justice that they deserved, the recognition they deserved, and little by little, I think generations realized what a mistake that was and how wrong it was. And you hear it here in Bristol again, the knowledgeable crowd that lines the streets here at Hope and High Streets, they recognize that, you know, you got to make this right and let the Vietnam veterans know that you're heroes and you served your country nobly and honorably, and we thank you in a small way that we can now in 2019. But unfortunately, we weren't there for you when you came back.
And deservingly, this float top military honors in this year's parade.
You know, we'll get another good look at that if we can.
You know, they just broke ground this week on that new Vietnam Memorial Wall in Fall River that's set to serve as the monument in Massachusetts. And it's just pretty amazing to have that so close to us here.
2.7 million men and women in America served in Vietnam. Started in 1964, didn't officially end until the mid-1970s, 1975. And for some, it never ended. Missing in action POWs.
The sheer number of people who served in that war.
Really can't thank those folks enough. And the injustice that they had to suffer through coming back in the 70s was terrible. But here we are. We learn from history and realize we can't do that again.
Right.
We've got to do better next time, and we've got to make sure we get it right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for marching. And all these young folks who see this, they say, Mommy, what's this?
Right.
Daddy, what's this? These are Vietnam veterans. Little Johnny, little Sue, and here's what they did. And here's why we're here today.
Yeah. Teachable moments. Oh, they're trying to shout out to you, John, our veteran.
Hey. What is it? I can't hear.
Wanting to say hello to John.
I like that. All gave some gave all. Welcome home, Vietnam veterans. Sponsored by Kingston Sinorama out of Massachusetts. It's a helicopter, obviously, but I'm not sure what kind of helicopter it is.
Oh, no, I'm good. Keep it dry, all right.
And I'm glad they're going at a nice casual pace, we'll call it.
Yes, they are. Give everyone a chance to give them a round of applause.
There's Uncle Sam on stilts. This will bring a smile to your face. Not sure how he does that for 2.5 miles. It's going to be a great workout, I would think.
That's unbelievable. Needs a chair as soon as he reaches the end, right?
I think so. Very comfortable chair. I hear the motorcycles of the Rolling Thunder.
They give us advance notice that they're coming.
Yes.
Couldn't hear him. One of the gentlemen with the Vietnam Veterans Organization wanted to let us know someone's marching in the parade, and we couldn't, unfortunately, understand what he was saying.
No. This is the Rolling Thunder, obviously. Like you said, they gave us the heads up they were coming.
They started in 1995. All over the country, 90 chapters. This is the Rhode Island chapter. Larry Burnell is the president of Rhode Island here, the Rhode Island chapter.
But their mission, actually very important, to bring accountability to POW, MIA, of all wars.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Very nice. Oh, from the Rolling Thunder. A nice patch.
And that's speaking to, it's tough to, those motorcycles look great and they sound really great as well, but they're also loud. But this, again, what Alana was referring to, the bringing awareness to POWs missing in action, and you can tell very clearly there what they're trying to get, point they're trying to get across.
Yes.
Which is really well done. We're going to take a quick break, but we will be right back with more live coverage from Bristol in the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
See what's happening now at the Newport Mansions, the Audubon exhibition at Rosecliff, the Breakers Family Tour, and the Elms Servant Life Tour. Enjoy a light snack at the Garden Cafe and Chinese Tea House. For a full schedule, visit newportmansions.org.
Make the switch into a new BMW at BMW of Newport and take the $10,000 test drive. Our summer switch is going on now. Stop by today and shop over 150 new BMWs, then take a test drive. And you'll be entered for a chance to win $10,000. Plus, at BMW of Newport, you always win with complimentary pickup and delivery for servicing your car with us. So don't miss the summer switch and your chance to win $10,000 right now at BMW of Newport.
What are you doing? Putting pictures online so people will tell me what they think.
No. I think they're lovely.
Well, thank you.
You don't put pictures on the line, you put them online.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses for up to 50% off 4th of July savings.
Or get up to 6 years, no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
What's this?
You are now blocked.
That's not right.
See what's happening now at the Newport Mansions, the Audubon exhibition at Rosecliff, the Breakers Family Tour, and the Elms Servant Life Tour. Enjoy a light snack at the Garden Cafe and Chinese Tea House. For a full schedule, visit newportmansions.org.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Welcome back to Bristol. We are in the middle of the Veterans Division. We've seen some groups of veterans from all wars come by and receive the recognition they deserve. But we heard this group getting the crowd riled up. This is Crushed Velvet, mostly Bristol natives and Mass natives performing 70s rock, as you can tell.
Fair to say they have some groupies who are here at the parade
I think
today.
They do.
The way the crowd went crazy for them, wow.
And the reason that they're so good, they've been playing together for over 10 years, so they're seasoned.
T-shirt, guys.
Safe to say, I think the crowd likes them.
Yep.
A lot of local people, maybe they have some friends and family out in the sidelines.
I heard someone say, hey, you guys are on TV right now. They stayed a little longer. Yeah, they did. You say it's your birthday, America. Right.
As the military women across America, Unit 158. We're here to encourage patriotism, loyalty, and devotion to God, country, and family. Oh, we have bands at the 4th of July parade. Different band.
There you go. All
70s
different
rock.
bands.
Yeah. Crushed Velvet.
You know what's kind of neat about these military women? One of the things that they aim to do too, John, is to help keep up morale.
Which is
Who couldn't use that in daily life anyway,
exactly.
right?
I was just thinking the
know,
same
what
thing.
an amazing
Yeah.
group.
Jewish war veterans making their way through. Thank you for your service. They're the oldest veterans group in the country. They were founded in 1896, right after the Civil War. They changed their name over the years. They're originally known as the Hebrew Union Veterans. They represent all Jewish men and women who have served.
Their senior vice commander is Ira J. Fleischer.
Great to see them in Bristol year after year as well.
The U.S. submarine veterans of Rhode Island.
It's a nice look at the USS Providence. Well, the veterans, thank you for your service. Thank you, gentlemen.
And their base commander, Charles Muller, on there.
I think it's great too. You see the replicas. We've seen the aircraft carriers. Now we've seen. We saw the wall, the Vietnam Wall, but now we just saw the submarine as well. It gives you a great perspective and gives, you know, young and old a look at what it's like and get you a sense at how unbelievable these.
Think about serving on a submarine.
No.
Think about that.
Well,
what they
anytime
do.
you go to Battleship Cove, and go down, it's like, wow, how does he even do this? It's incredible.
It's eye-opening. And like you said, this is the parade where parents will tell their children what exactly this is and explain the history to them.
Hello to the KMS Marching Saints of Coven, Minnesota. 85 members strong. Check out these uniforms. They were made for Bristol.
Perfect.
Now, they're no joke. They're the real deal. Every competition they've ever been in since 2009, they get first or second.
There's a wow factor there. Let's listen in and see why they do so well in every competition they're in.
Here's a look at the Columbus Energy antique oil truck.
We can still hear that band in the background, the KMS Marching Saints. They're great. They stopped right by our studio desk here.
I really like their uniform. There they are. That lightning bolt is their school logo.
Is that a live sheep? Oh, never mind. Doreen's making fun of me.
It's great at balancing if it is.
It's all right. It's a little warm out. I want to. We're going to chalk that
You're
up
right.
to baby braid.
Okay,
impressive.
that looks real.
It
so
does look real.
Shout out
I'm
to
with
that.
Alana on that one.
We'll allow it.
Oh boy.
Neither
I'm
of them
sure
are
some people thought it was real too.
Definitely. No question about it.
Well, the Farm Museum won the most original non-commercial.
It doesn't get any more original than this.
Yeah, there you go.
Now that is
Horses.
a real
Those are real
horse,
horses.
okay?
Horses pulling a hay wagon.
The three-piece band, a fiddle, and a banjo.
What more do you need? That's it.
Now, when you visit the farm, they kind of want to show visitors exactly how families lived on a tenant farm back in the 1790s.
And let's just say it was a lot of work.
A lot of work.
And it wasn't easy.
Right.
I mean, really not easy.
They weren't being pulled in a hay wagon playing instruments.
We are flying right into
Wow.
the 4th Division now, the Freedom and Independence Division. Boy Scouts leading the way there. Troop 55 is the color guard. 55 members. Oh, Troop 55. They're all made up of numbers. Or maybe 55, I don't know. That'd be nice synergy with Troop 55 to have 55 members.
Looks about 55.
Yeah. The Boy Scouts giving out little symbols to everybody.
I love it.
It's cute.
And then we have our division marshal, Nikki Tiska. She's the executive director of the East Bay Food Pantry and Thrift Shop. And that's why you might also notice the can man
There
right
he is.
there too.
Is the can man still marching all this way?
Looks
We thought
like
maybe
it.
he'd be in the car by now. Still going strong.
Here's the can man. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but we will be right back. Live from Bristol, the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
This summer, if you're working in the heat, keep yourself on the job and out of the ER by knowing the signs of heat exhaustion: heavy sweating, cool, moist skin while in the sun, dizziness, and muscle cramps are all signs you may be experiencing heat exhaustion. Beat the heat by taking breaks, seeking shade, and drinking more water. Remember, take breaks, seek shade, and drink water. This is a message from the Rhode Island Department of Health.
What are you doing?
Putting pictures online so people will tell me what they think.
No. I think they're lovely.
Well, thank you.
You don't put pictures on the line, you put them online.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses for up to 50% off 4th of July savings.
Or get up to 6 years, no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
What's this?
You are now blocked.
That's not right.
Make the switch into a new BMW at BMW of Newport and take the $10,000 test drive. Our summer switch is going on now. Stop by today and shop over 150 new BMWs, then take a test drive. And you'll be entered for a chance to win $10,000. Plus, at BMW of Newport, you always win with complimentary pickup and delivery for servicing your car with us. So don't miss the summer switch and your chance to win $10,000 right now at BMW of Newport.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Welcome back. You picked a great time to join us. If you're just joining in, this is Grooversity, a reggae group. Let's listen in.
Get their name, Groovers.
Yes.
We were all grooving up here.
I'm going to stop talking now because this is the Girl Scouts. Doreen is the troop leader. She can talk about that. Alana can talk about the cookies.
Yes, I can't ask me anything.
Oh, hello to the Girl Scouts, our go-getters, innovators, risk takers, and leaders. Believing in the power of a girl.
I bet you're a great troop leader.
Well, thanks. There's a team of us that lead our troop.
I bet you need a team.
We do,
Yes.
we do. We have a lot of fun together, and the girls really appreciate the camaraderie of the group. It's really a nice organization.
It is.
There's a lot of
And
great
we sell
things.
great cookies.
Yes, you
Yay.
do.
Knights of Columbus, Rhode Island. Catholic organization.
The largest Catholic men's organization in the world. Close to 2 million people.
And they do a lot for charity
They
year after
do.
year after year, don't they?
It's so often that you'll see that they have sponsored something or donated to something or made something happen.
Birthday to America!
That's a perfect segue in to take a moment and thank our sponsors, Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses, Rhode Island Department of Health, and BMW of Newport for their support of our coverage. We wouldn't be able to do it without them. So thank you, Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses, Department of Health in Rhode Island, and BMW of Newport.
It's been so nice to be sitting on the set. It feels like we're in a back porch.
It is.
Bringing you the parade here. And this great umbrella. Thank you.
What a difference maker the umbrella is, isn't it?
I love it.
Canopy, umbrella.
I love it.
Really
Nick,
nice.
Ron, and Pete, the Cardi brothers, thank you. But all right, we're getting there, guys. It's chugging right along. We're going to take a real quick break, but we're going to be back with more sights and sounds. There's still more bands to come. Don't go anywhere. We're live from Bristol.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Hey, it's Paul, owner and head chef of Leo's Ristorante and Catering here in the heart of downtown Bristol, serving authentic Italian cuisine for over 70 years. Enjoy our take on Italian-American classics. Join us for brunch on Sunday from 11 to 2, featuring our bottomless mimosas and our original breakfast pizza. Find us on Facebook or visit our website at leosristoranteri.com to see a complete and full menu or to book your next reservation.
We're in the last days of Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses 4th of July clearance savings of up to 50% off in every department, so shop today. Cardi's offers the largest selection of furniture and mattresses with the best award-winning customer service.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses today, and for a limited time,
Save up to 50% off floor sample clearance closeouts or get up to 6 years no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
Shop now, it all ends July 4th. Online or in stores, nobody beats Cardi's, nobody.
The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini have delivered hundreds of millions of dollars for personal injury victims. If you've been injured at work or in an accident, call the firm that not only wrote the book on personal injury law, but continues to deliver results for the people of Southern New England.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Welcome back to Bristol, everyone, on America's birthday, as we welcome you back with Falun Dafa. They are here every single year, celebrating their independence from China. And of course, the natural connection is we celebrate our independence from Britain 243 years ago. 13 little colonies in the Continental Congress, and they signed the Declaration of Independence. So that connection to Falun Dafa is one that the folks in Bristol have appreciated all these years and wanted to make sure that they're able to be represented here on the 4th of July as well.
And they have this beautiful float celebrating beauty just with those gorgeous lotus flowers you just
Those
saw.
are nice, yeah.
So peaceful and graceful.
And we are so thrilled that you're making part of your 4th. We spent here with us at ABC6. You're watching on ABC6, or you're watching on abc6.com, wherever you are in our nation or around the world. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. And I sincerely say this, it is a privilege to be a part of this. The slice of Americana, the red, white, and blue everywhere you look, the sense of patriotism, celebrating our freedoms, while also thanking those who have made all of this possible.
So true. You just feel this overall sense on a day like today here in Bristol of community and And
really
then we're
do.
all here together, celebrating the same thing, the same purpose, that same feeling, that same joy,
It's
gratefulness.
True. It's true. All drawn together. And really the sense of community, Doreen, in the literal sense of all these people packed in together. Everybody's just sitting and enjoying themselves, having a great time.
Sharing one small space packed in on those sidelines. Speaking of sidelines, I think that's where we'll find Jeff Denoyer. Is he out there?
We gave you a couple hours
There
off,
he
Jeff.
is. Hey, Jeff. What are
You
you
can't
doing,
hide.
Jeff?
You can't hide, Jeff.
Hey, you know what's really cool? I come here and I got this group behind me, and they say, hey, we get kind of rowdy during the parade. And I hear that sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, okay, what you got? Oh, no, this group right here? I told you. You think I'm playing games? I tell you right now, when they told me that they get up and they get loud and they get rowdy, I was like, oh, no, no, no. They bring it to the table. Everything that comes by here. But you know what? So respectful of all the Navy, the Army, and all the armed services. That's a group right there to keep an eye on the rest of the afternoon. Back to you guys.
Jeff, you just gave our audio guy a heart attack.
He's
riding the level.
Jeff is the assistant chief marshal, I'm going to call him, instead of chief meteorologist. Jeez.
That's so appreciated, though, when folks get and respond like that. That's part of the draw for the people who are marching as well.
Yes.
This is Rancho Folklorico.
Social Portuguese Club.
Out of Pawtucket. All very festive, and I know there's a strong connection, Portuguese culture and Portuguese
Their age range,
residents here in Bristol.
too, is just astounding when you think about it, too. They range from 5 to 70.
And you can tell they're dedicated to preserving their culture and their traditional clothing and music.
They perform all over, too. They do this, by the way, almost the entire route.
So much of the tradition, the music for one thing, obviously, but also the dances to get them just right. So you see the young ladies dancing with a little bit more mature ladies, so they never forget and they learn to pass on the traditions of their fantastic culture.
Obviously a very strong heritage here in Rhode Island. Kudos to them keeping that up the whole way. I wonder if they have subs. Switch them out on the float.
Continuing with our Portuguese theme here, Rhode Island Day of Portugal. By the way, the Day of Portugal is a holiday celebrated on June 10th. Kirby the Love Bug.
Oh. Every year.
I love that movie
Sylvia
as a
brings
kid.
it in. You like that movie, John?
When I was a kid, I did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it would hold up now if I watched it. I mean, other than nostalgia and sentiment. But I love that car. How does that car do it? How does it work like that? I couldn't understand it as a kid. Still don't, actually. And this is really a fun part of you get through the serious part of the military division, the veterans division, the respectfulness that the crowd shows to everyone, and the sincere. This is Woof Woof right here, which is right on cue, perfect for the fun part of the parade where people can just smile and wave and.
I love it.
Yes.
This is the biscuit bar. All treats.
What dog
and
wouldn't
toys
want to
for
go by the
dogs.
biscuit bar?
Food truck for dogs.
Perfect. What a great idea.
I love that.
That's great. What a great idea that is.
Is this
The Shriners.
Shriners.
talk about doing a lot for so many
Yes.
the kids, especially the Shriners Hospitals for children.
Which I am a burn survivor, as you guys know. And Boston Hospital, Shriners Hospital up in Boston, rather, saved my life when I was a baby. And so the Shriners always hold a special place in my heart. And then it's nice to see them at the parades too, and having fun in their cars. So I always say a special thank you to them.
Alana, thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
They're great what they do for kids and across the world that had come to the Shriners in Boston. You know, I was 1 year old, I don't remember it, but my family telling me that young children with terrible burns and other injuries that were spending time in the hospital and their families can't afford to come out to Boston and stay. They're from, you know, halfway across the world. So the Shriners, you know, put them up, they take care of them and make them feel as much at home as possible while they're suffering this traumatic injury and their, you know, their families aren't nearby.
They make such a difference, don't they?
Yes.
It really does. Imagine as a parent going through that and then you can't be with your child. The Shriners make it possible.
And they also help with the lighter side of it too, right?
Right. Look at them, right?
Right.
Yeah, they made it was very comfortable. It's very comfortable going up there as a kid, and they appeal to that. You know, they obviously do this for the kids. Hi.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Happy
Great
4th to you as well.
Yeah. They're great.
Some kids don't like clowns. I don't have a problem with clowns. We
He's
work
got-
with clowns for ABC 6,
Jeez.
don't we?
Yes, we do.
We do.
John,
I can
you're
testify.
asking for trouble.
I really am asking for trouble. But some kids, no, the
No, we
clown.
work with the best in the business.
You know what
They're
it is?
absolutely wonderful.
It's because of it. If you saw it,
Right,
that
that'll ruin
clown.
it for you.
Well, that's the thing. I'll never see that.
You never saw it?
No.
It's a good family film, Dory.
And remember when people were
absolutely not.
dressing up as clowns and then scaring people like in the middle of the street?
Yes. No thanks.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Don't know.
But these are the friendly clowns.
These are the friendly clowns. These are the good ones.
The shred. Bringing a smile to kids' faces.
The little cars, too.
The little oh, look at that thing. That's
That-
cool.
I've never seen that. That's different.
New. That's for sure new.
I love it. 18-wheeler.
We ride so children can walk, it says. Very true. How do you even make that? That is so awesome.
I love how these guys just tool around Hope Street.
Right.
These little cars.
They're having a ball.
Aww.
And at that level,
Yeah.
it's just obvious you see the way they can connect with children.
We're literally that level. Yeah. They get down.
I don't know. I think this truck might be my favorite.
Yes, that is awesome.
It's so cool. Oh, sorry, the green one that we were
Styling.
just seeing. Sorry, you're not seeing that one right now.
I think somebody's going to get a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
That gentleman just went by. Bristol PD may flag him down.
They may.
Probably just get a warning on the 4th, but wow.
You're right. They are having fun going back and forth. They're like big kids.
That looks like an off-roading mini car.
Oh, they're getting pulled
Police
over.
are coming. I knew it was just a matter of time.
Yep.
Bristol PD can't, you know, it's all fun and games. But, all right, boys, slow it down.
Let's keep it civil.
Yep.
What an amazing group, too, to have this many people here in part of the parade today.
Oh.
The spinners, Alana, former
Salt Cycle Studio.
Party in the
Tiverton.
USA.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Miss Alana was a spin teacher.
Yes, I sure was. And I wouldn't last that long. I'm sure they've been doing this for what?
Forget
Yeah,
that.
that's true. They've been
Today?
spinning for a while already.
Now this move is called a tap. If you've ever taken a spin class, you know. Hard.
Look
There they go. In this heat too.
Nice,
Wow.
ladies. They got some music to pump it up,
Yes.
too.
That's fun.
That's funny.
American
Oh my
woman,
gosh.
perfect.
Nice. Those are some strong ladies there.
And they're in unison. Oh, brings back memories. Not all good. And then we love how it's followed by the Imagine Gift Store in Rhode Island, Sweet Gifts. Dell's Lemonade. Ooh.
It's a fun place to go. Kid or adult.
Yes.
Over in Warren.
So after your spin class, you go hit up the candy shop.
Perfect. Maybe we should have done the reverse. You have ice cream and then
Right.
spin class.
That's cool. Probably the sweetest float.
If you've driven through Warren, that's the shop that has all the cows on the side painted in all the funky colors.
Oh.
Imagine. I mean, so I'm told that that's the candy shop.
You've heard, huh?
I hear.
Do they know you by name when
And
you
they
walk
sell
in?
souvenirs.
Well, they've got Smarties on the back door, so there you go. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, they have all sorts of fun stuff in there.
This is the Mental Health Advocacy Independence Day Float, sponsored by the Olivia Deaton Foundation. Thankfully, mental health is getting more and more attention. You know, Congressman Kennedy, Patrick Kennedy, former Rhode Island congressman, has really taken that upon him as his mission now, to use all the name recognition and pull that he has in politics to bring awareness to mental health issues and treating it as they would any other.
A lot of celebrities coming out and speaking about their own issues.
So true.
To make it okay to talk about.
This LED board that you're seeing is from Relevant Radio, the Christian radio station, 550 AM.
I like the banner working with that. That's nice. With the
That's
flag
gorgeous.
effect waving.
Yeah. Pretty nice there. Hello, hello, everybody.
Oh, happy 4th. And right behind that beautiful float is the Bank Newport Most Patriotic commercial. And you see it there, Doreen, Alana, 200
Yes,
years.
they're celebrating a birthday too. 200
Congratulations.
years.
What a milestone that is. Should be
That's
very
incredible,
proud of
too.
that. Think about all they've had to survive, all the financial collapses over the years, and banking crises and everything else, and Bank of Newport's still standing strong. 200 years. It works well that you're a part of this celebration. It's 234 here. You've been around for 200 years. It's a perfect match.
And their float most patriotic in the commercial division.
Oh, it's a birthday cake. Now I'm seeing. I wasn't seeing what it was before the van covering it. Again, they keep these things a secret, and they don't let us know always what they're going to be. Big birthday cake. That's cute.
It is.
Good idea, guys.
I wish it was real. Take a slice as they drive by.
And you'd ruin it. You'd ruin the most patriotic
no,
commercial float.
I would
Just
be
taking
that
a
kid
slice out.
that
Stuck
swipes
your
his
finger
finger
in
in
the
the
middle.
whipped cream.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh,
That's great. Look at that.
happy birthday to them.
They did not put all 200 candles on the cake,
No.
interestingly.
Yeah.
The recognition they deserved, and chance right now to
Little
take
by
a quick
little,
break,
I think
but we will be right
generations
back with more
realize
live
what a
coverage from
mistake that
Bristol, the
was and
234th
how wrong it
celebration.
was.
Please stay with us.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
See what's happening now at the Newport Mansions, the Audubon exhibition at Rosecliff, the Breakers Family Tour, and the Elms Servant Life Tour. Enjoy a light snack at the Garden Cafe and Chinese Tea House. For a full schedule, visit newportmansions.org.
This summer, if you're working in the heat, keep yourself on the job and out of the ER by knowing the signs of heat exhaustion: heavy sweating, cool, moist skin while in the sun, dizziness, and muscle cramps are all signs you may be experiencing heat exhaustion. Beat the heat by taking breaks, seeking shade, and drinking more water. Remember, take breaks, seek shade, and drink water. This is a message from the Rhode Island Department of Health.
What are you doing?
Putting pictures online so people will tell me what they think.
No. I think they're lovely.
Well, thank you.
You don't put pictures on the line, you put them online.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses for up to 50% off 4th of July savings.
Or get up to 6 years, no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
What's this?
You are now blocked.
That's not right. See what's happening now at the Newport Mansions, the Audubon exhibition at Rosecliff, the Breakers Family Tour, and the Elms Servant Life Tour. Enjoy a light snack at the Garden Cafe and Chinese Tea House. For a full schedule, visit newportmansions.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to beautiful Bristol. Gosh, the day just couldn't be any better. There's not a cloud in the sky as we celebrate this parade today.
There's a nice breeze as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wherever we're positioned here, they gave us a nice breeze.
Well, here, Church Street has that little cross breeze from the water, which is nice.
Love it.
I got to mention these guys. They come here. They've been here 8 consecutive years now. This is the Saints Brigade from Port Chester, New York. 110 members under the direction of Frank Barcella. They've got some new uniforms. Check them out while we listen to them play, guys. They're
dancing machine there.
Oh, they're so great.
You told a great story. Dorian and I were chatting before the parade. I love this from Mr. Barcella and why he's here and why the band is here.
So bands are invited to come here.
Yep.
Yeah, drum corps. They're invited to come here and perform, and one of the reasons that they continue to come here for years is because of Jerry Medeiros, who headed up the organizing of all of the bands here for so long, and he has passed away. And their band director said he even visited his grave while he was here because Bristol gave them a chance to come and perform when nobody else was really giving them that opportunity. So it was a really nice thing, and they even have a little tribute to him on these new uniforms, which they got because they're going to London this year, you guys, to perform in the New Year's Day parade there.
I'm glad they are here. They were amazing.
It's a huge honor to be playing in that parade in London, too. That we're talking about millions and millions of people who watch that.
I love that sense of loyalty. That's fantastic.
Yep. So that is the Saints Brigade from Port Chester, New York.
There's White Rock 105. We've got Vic Edwards in there, and then Steve Donovan from Heather and Steve in the Morning.
Cruising along.
Glad our friends from White Rock could be here as well.
Their
Strolling
vehicle
through.
looks like sherbet. Or am I just hungry?
Is that just you going there?
Well, and I'm noticing
I'm
it
not seeing
here.
that. Yeah. She is with child.
Yeah. We'll let it go. Although, let's be real, it might be that way either
Exactly.
way.
And here is the Red, White, and Blue Walker School of Allied Health. A nice float there.
Celebrating everything they teach their students there.
Happy
DNA training, CPR certification.
Cynthia!
to take a moment now and give a shout out to our friend Ben DeCastro, who's watching our live stream. Says it looks great. Ben, thank you for watching. I know you're a good friend to ABC6, and we appreciate it.
We appreciate
Happy
it.
4th to you, my friend.
Happy
and your
4th,
family.
Ben. And your family, yes. And everybody who's watching at home and sharing part of this holiday that is such a treasured day for so many. We appreciate you spending even just part of your day with us. It's an honor for us to be a part of it.
It really is. I say it's a privilege. I mean that. It's just we're trying to figure out how many parades we've done combined. It's been a bunch, but every single year I appreciate this parade more and more, and all that it means to not only this community but to the state of Rhode Island and really to Southern New England. Folks from all over want to be a part of this. It's a slice of Americana. I think unfortunately we've lost some of that over the years. You know, we've kind of gotten away from some traditions. It's nice to see people who want to make this a part of their 4th of July schedule every single year and carve out some time for it.
It is nice.
The Ocean State Ice Theater coming by right now.
They're dancing, having a great time. 10 members, dancing, partying. It's great to be a kid. You don't care how hot it is.
Nope. Right. What heat. I don't know if I'm prepared to talk about Christmas, guys. It is July 4th.
Is
but
Santa
we
on
will
there?
for the track list
Is
train.
Santa on there before I lose my mind?
I don't see Santa. Well, Doreen, when you talk to people from Bristol, they say that once the 4th of July is over, summer's over. It might as well be Christmas. So it's never too soon in Bristol.
That's true.
Very true. Thanks for the subtle reminder, guys, that Christmas is right around the corner.
Right.
There's the little ones enjoying. What band is she with? She's ready to go. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
Future Mount Hope High School marching band, maybe.
Yes. Happy 4th. Happy 4th.
Happy 4th. Merry Christmas. There they are.
And everything in between.
Here come the fire trucks.
Saw these driving down the highway on the way here this morning.
With our Star Wars friends.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Princess Leia.
Not her normal ride, I would think. But,
I wouldn't think
you
so.
know, for
Usually
today.
something faster. Stormtroopers are on there somewhere.
Her hair held up today, Alana.
That's the way you have to wear it.
hairspray
That's
is
the
she
only way.
using?
Yeah.
Good note for the future casting.
There's the Stormtroopers. That's a festive outfit.
This is so neat. We're going to see a whole lot of different fire trucks and ladder trucks that from over the years, which is always so fascinating to check them out.
These are the newest volunteer firefighters in Bristol. Stormtroopers and Princess Leia. And Darth Vader. Is that Darth Vader?
You want antique firework trucks? We've
Right.
got antique fire truck works for it, and the horns still work.
Oh, that's great.
The horns still work. We can verify that for you.
Every time one of us opened our mouth, there was another honk.
Yeah, just like that.
Yep.
Exactly.
They
right.
need no
already, I'll be
introduction, though.
quiet.
Those are so cool. And the kids love those. They all try to run up and touch it and.
A lot of hands to ears, though, I saw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And the little kids.
I hope as they went by, you all were able to take a look at the different cities and towns that were represented on these different trucks, because that is really neat, these antique fire apparatus.
Wow, where does the time go? Look who that is.
Already?
Wow, it is the end of the parade. Mr. Potato Head running the anchor leg here on the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration.
Wow.
Looking sharp as ever.
He does.
If I
Doesn't
didn't-
look a day old.
He doesn't look a day older, and if I didn't know any better, I'd swear he got a little touch-up. I think he's had work done.
He might have.
He's had work done.
Little Botox.
The bags under his eyes are gone. Those crow's feet are gone. He's had some work done.
Yeah.
That's my humble opinion.
Yeah. Replacement eyes.
Yeah, it's easy for Mr. Potato Head. Just put some new ones in
Pop
there.
them right out.
Of course, the connection with Hasbro, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Mr. Potato Head signals the end of the 4th of July celebration as it relates to our spot here. Of course, it goes down to Lobster Pot on High Street and goes back up, ends on Bradford Street. But it was fast-moving. It was fun. It was a little different vibe this year, too. We'll talk about it a little bit. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back to recap and show you some of the things, if you're just tuning in, you may have missed, or you just want to see them again. We'll be right back with more live coverage from Bristol.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Hey, it's Paul, owner and head chef of Leo's Ristorante and Catering here in the heart of downtown Bristol, serving authentic Italian cuisine for over 70 years. Enjoy our take on Italian-American classics. Join us for brunch on Sunday from 11 to 2, featuring our bottomless mimosas and our original breakfast pizza. Find us on Facebook or visit our website at leosristoranteri.com to see a complete and full menu or to book your next reservation.
What are you doing?
Putting pictures online so people will tell me what they think.
No. I think they're lovely.
Well, thank you.
You don't put pictures on the line, you put them online.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses for up to 50% off 4th of July savings.
Or get up to 6 years, no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
What's this?
You are now blocked.
That's not right.
Make the switch into a new BMW at BMW of Newport and take the $10,000 test drive. Our summer switch is going on now. Stop by today and shop over 150 new BMWs, then take a test drive. And you'll be entered for a chance to win $10,000. Plus, at BMW of Newport, you always win with complimentary pickup and delivery for servicing your car with us. So don't miss the summer switch and your chance to win $10,000 right now at BMW of Newport.
Do you remember this?
Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Or this? If you were born between 1945 and 1965, you are 5 times more likely to have Hep C, a leading cause of liver cancer. Hep C is completely curable, and people can live with it for decades without any symptoms. If you or a loved one were born between 1945 to 1965, you could be living with Hep C. Ask your doctor today about getting tested for peace of mind or to explore treatment options.
Strike out Lyme and other diseases ticks carry by remembering 3 magic words. Avoid tall grass, stay on trails, and wear bug spray. Yeah! Check the spots on your body where ticks like to hide. Check your pets, too. Remove! If you find a tick, remove it right away. If you get a fever or a rash or are very tired, see a doctor. For more tick-free Rhode Island tips from the Rhode Island Department of Health, visit health.ri.gov/ticks.
We're in the last days of Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses 4th of July clearance savings of up to 50% off in every department, so shop today. Cardi's offers the largest selection of furniture and mattresses with the best award-winning customer service.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses today, and for a limited time,
Save up to 50% off floor sample clearance closeouts or get up to 6 years, no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
Shop now, it all ends July 4th. Online or in stores, nobody beats Cardi's, nobody.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Welcome back, everybody, to Bristol, Rhode Island. The 234th celebration just about in the books.
In the books. Can you believe it? And people are packing up and taking off. But it was a wonderful parade.
It really
from
was
what I thought.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Very impressive parade this year. Not that they aren't all impressive in their own way, but there were a lot of really unique and different things that we saw this year that we haven't always. We saw a couple of hometown bands, not the sense of the drums like the drummer, but the drummers.
You mean Crushed Velvet?
Yes. and 3/5, like, right?
Yes.
All these groups that are popular around here that maybe if you aren't from Bristol, you might not have known, and kind of get the crowd going in a different way.
Yeah, really
Definitely.
did. Gave a nice different vibe to it.
Yeah.
And Jeff's hanging out on the sidelines with some folks who watched the parade. Jeff, what was the feedback you're getting from folks as to how the parade was this year?
You know, John, I think the energy was really there this year. I mean, I think it's there every year, but there was something different. Maybe because I had that loud group across from me that was so energetic. And I feel like everybody was really kind of at this like extended level today. I don't know where it is. I got something here though that I think is really special. Big family day. We talk about how the parade's a family event. We have Mike, Elaine, and Alexon, and they're here from Virginia Beach. And it's a special day coming up tomorrow. Alexon, you want to tell everybody at home what's going on for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm graduating ODS tomorrow.
Fantastic. And you got to march in the parade today?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And Mom and Dad, how proud of you are for your son?
So excited that I followed him down the route.
Yeah, yeah. Now, coming up from Virginia Beach, you said, did you watch the parade last year? And Mike, if you could tell me, seeing it in person, is it different?
Oh, very much so. I mean, you get the feeling and the excitement and the just the group tightness that you get when you're with a crowd like this.
It really is a family event. I think one thing that it might be tough to see sometimes on TV is how close-knit this community really is. Now, how long were you in the area for?
I was here for about 5 weeks.
5 weeks, and it grown on you? You like it here?
It has. I love it, actually. Yeah.
So after you graduate, any plans to stay in the area, or what are you thinking about doing?
No, so I go back to medical school where I'll finish up in about 3 years.
Oh, just medical school.
Yeah,
just
medical school.
Oh, just your run-of-the-mill medical school for 3 years, right? I think it's great that you took the time. Thank you for your patience to hang out and have an interview here with us, and we really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your weekend, and congratulations, sir, on graduating. All right. Hey, this is what it's all about, family stuff right here. Send it back to you guys.
Wow, and congratulations to him, too.
Congratulations.
What a really amazing week for their family.
And I love that Mom says she followed him down the route. That's how excited she was. Follow her son marching.
That's what moms do.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Jeff's been working hard out there, so thanks, Jeff. And we've had the luxury, though, of sitting up here to watch the parade as it goes by. We got a nice set here from Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses.
The umbrella, Alana Doreen.
Covering.
Wow.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Really nice.
It really is nice. And there's and that breeze coming off, so between the umbrella and the breeze and these awesome seats.
I know.
It really is just
I don't
like
want
being
to
in the
brag for all the
backyard.
people that had to sit on the sidelines, but this is not too shabby.
Yeah, we had a pretty good vantage point, I'd say. Yeah, also giving us a great vantage point was our friends over at the Rhode Island Department of Health. They helped with that flyover camera that really gave you those great overhead shots so that if you couldn't be here with us today, you really felt like you were.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was great. Those were some great shots that otherwise you wouldn't see, even if you were on the parade route. So at home, you probably had a better view than most of the people here.
And our colleagues on the parade route,
Yes.
they got a pretty sweet ride today.
Wow.
Yes.
The 850i convertible from
I love
BMW
how
of Newport.
you didn't even have to reference
No, I
names
love
for
that car. I love that
was
car.
right off the tongue.
And when I found out that BMW was bringing back the 8 Series after they haven't had one, I think, since the early 90s, and they brought it back, and it's just a gorgeous vehicle. And John and Chelly and Lizzie and Nicholas Nicky riding around in style today in the back of that convertible.
Right.
Yeah, that's a varsity car right
that
there.
brought
That's
Chelsea
just-
back to her homecoming queen days, I think.
Exactly.
They had a good gig today.
They're riding around in style, that's for sure.
That is fantastic.
I just was checking email, folks, and someone is watching. We know someone, just one for sure. Marianne and Terry Allen are watching from North Carolina on ABC6.com, the streaming service, because her dad is an Iwo Jima vet. So she wanted to see if she were able to see him. Marianne, if you're still watching, Terry, we're so glad you could see that, and we're so proud that we could bring that to you and allow you to have that moment. And I know I got goosebumps. I got a little choked up when the Iwo Jima veterans came by, and Doreen made a great reference of saying that the vets were tipping their hat to the folks who were thanking them for their service, and they're thanking them for thanking them. So just such classy people. And that's part of so much of what we're trying to do here, and then the privilege part of it is being able to bring those moments to families all across the country.
Yeah, it might be things that you otherwise would have never gotten to see or experience, and really feel like you're here with us in Bristol.
Right. All in one place, too. And as you were mentioning earlier, John, you have the kids on the sidelines who are here to see the fun stuff and the bands, and they want to see the fire trucks. But then as the veterans pass by and they ask, who are they? What is that? What is the wall? And their parents can explain to them, what it is about, and gives them some knowledge that they might not otherwise have.
It was really nice to see the D-Day veterans with that float that went by with one of the boats that they would have been on 75 years ago, storming the beaches in Normandy, France. And another example of what Alana was just referring to as little kids seeing that, oh, what's that? D-Day veterans, World War II. And then the Iwo Jima veterans. You talk about two of the most unbelievably horrific battles in American history. And the Iwo Jima veterans and the D-Day veterans were part of those. And a lot of folks tend to forget that stuff. As we go on, we have our liberties and freedoms, and then it's just so nice to see that little touch there as we get to pay our respects and honor those folks as they come by our spot.
Yeah, you come to the Bristol Parade, you experience those things, you have a little fun, you get a little bit of history, you get that sense of patriotism, and it's like it fuels you up for the rest of whatever's to come for the next couple of days, right?
Exactly. And hey, the 4th of July isn't over. People probably going home to barbecue and cook out, but you have that first half of your day here at the parade, either at the parade or you were watching on our live stream or on air, and hopefully got a good sense of being here with us. Hopefully we gave you that, with our commentary and the shots of everything going by. But on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
See what's happening now at the Newport Mansions, the Audubon exhibition at Rosecliff, the Breakers Family Tour, and the Elms Servant Life Tour. Enjoy a light snack at the Garden Cafe and Chinese Tea House. For a full schedule, visit newportmansions.org.
Make the switch into a new BMW at BMW of Newport and take the $10,000 test drive. Our summer switch is going on now. Stop by today and shop over 150 new BMWs, then take a test drive. And you'll be entered for a chance to win $10,000. Plus, at BMW of Newport, you always win with complimentary pickup and delivery for servicing your car with us. So don't miss the summer switch and your chance to win $10,000 right now at BMW of Newport.
Just what I wanted.
Think it's comfortable? You need a bigger screen. Something's not right.
Guys, come try it in the showroom.
Glad you tried it in store?
We'll take 3.
Try it before you buy it.
Come in today and test dress Nectar Mattress in-store at any Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses location. Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses.
Do you remember this?
Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Or this? If you were born between 1945 and 1965, you are 5 times more likely to have Hep C, a leading cause of liver cancer. Hep C is completely curable, and people can live with it for decades without any symptoms. If you or a loved one were born between 1945 to 1965, you could be living with Hep C. Ask your doctor today about getting tested for peace of mind or to explore treatment options.
Hey, it's Paul, owner and head chef of Leo's Ristorante and Catering here in the heart of downtown Bristol, serving authentic Italian cuisine for over 70 years. Enjoy our take on Italian-American classics. Join us for brunch on Sunday from 11 to 2, featuring our bottomless mimosas and our original breakfast pizza. Find us on Facebook or visit our website at leosristoranteri.com to see a complete and full menu or to book your next reservation.
What are you doing?
Putting pictures online so people will tell me what they think.
No. I think they're lovely.
Well, thank you.
You don't put pictures on the line, you put them online.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses for up to 50% off 4th of July savings.
Or get up to 6 years, no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
What's this?
You are now blocked.
That's not right.
See what's happening now at the Newport Mansions, the Audubon exhibition at Rosecliff, the Breakers Family Tour, and the Elms Servant Life Tour. Enjoy a light snack at the Garden Cafe and Chinese Tea House. For a full schedule, visit newportmansions.org.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
Welcome back, everybody. We want to say a big hats off to the Bristol 4th of July Committee for a job
absolutely.
well
Totally agree.
done. This 234th celebration was just incredible. They really put together a wonderful compilation of groups to march in this parade and be a part of it, and it just was fantastic.
I think so, too. I couldn't agree more.
It looks like it went off without a hitch. Who
I think
knows
so.
backstage what happens, but
we never tell what happens behind the
You're better off
scenes.
not knowing
No,
anyway, believe
absolutely
me.
not.
everything looked great.
Guys, so funny. So I talked to you guys earlier. I've been here since really early this morning. It was pitch black when we arrived. But there were people who said that they set up their spots to get to behind our cameras because they know this is where all the bands perform, and that's the best spot to be. They came last night at 6 p.m.
And they camped here.
Yep, and now they're gone. They already packed up.
Okay, they
They're
had
outta
a long
here.
night.
All right,
They
let's
packed
go.
up those tents.
That was fun. See ya.
Mr. Potato Head, I'm out of here.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, they're stuck in traffic if they're driving.
It's true.
I can tell you right
They're
now.
not home watching yet.
They're going nowhere fast.
True.
That's for sure.
Well, so guys, earlier this morning I did get to talk to a couple of the bands that performed today, and one of them had me in stitches. They are the Hitmen from New York. And you know what? We better just roll the tape because you got to see these guys. They're too good. Told me that their officers let them out so they could come and perform for us. A bunch of good fellas who enjoy playing some good Italian music.
I love that they stay in character, and they were just as good in the parade when they stopped behind us. They were great.
Jeff was just weighing in. They were a lot of fun. I think they really connected with the crowds here in Bristol.
Yeah.
They even gave the police a hard time. They went and played the Dragnet theme song and surrounded the police vehicles while they played, just for fun. Just
so
to
fun.
do it. They were just having a ball.
Isn't that what it should be about, though?
Yeah.
I mean, think about having a good time, having fun, celebrating our nation's birthday.
This was their first time here, too.
Oh,
so
was
it was
it?
kind
I
of
hope they
exciting
come
for them,
back.
too. I know. They were a lot of fun.
If we have any influence, bring them back next year. They were awesome.
It's good to see the people who are in the parade having fun because that feeling is just so infectious. It really makes everyone just feel that party in the USA, right?
I think that's why this is such an attractive thing for so many people. Is as you said before we went to break, there's the element of paying our respects to the veterans and the service members, but also the fun part of it too. There's a little something for everybody. You can take away something and find something to enjoy and say, all right, I love this parade because of this.
And
whether it's the patriotism, the Americana, or the connection.
And every year has some of the famous, staples that you see every year, like the Clydesdales, but sometimes you have something new and it keeps people coming back every year because you never know what you're going to see.
Yeah, but it's really fun, too, to get a behind-the-scenes look at some of the things that go into bringing one of these groups back year after year. You mentioned the Clydesdales, Alana. Our reporter, Daniel Keith, got to go up to their stables in Lakeville.
They were magnificent.
Good looks will get you out front.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. You're a Clydesdale.
And leave it to Dan to bring it back to football.
Yes.
The sports
Always.
reference.
Always.
Going to count on him for that.
Right.
All right, guys, we have more to come here from Bristol as we're starting to feel things calm down a little bit after the parade.
Can't believe it.
We'll be back. Stay with us.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
The 4th of July is a great time to celebrate our country's independence with family and friends. But July 4th is also the most dangerous day of the year. The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini would like to remind you to be safe this summer and have a happy 4th of July.
This summer, if you're working in the heat, keep yourself on the job and out of the ER by knowing the signs of heat exhaustion: heavy sweating, cool, moist skin while in the sun, dizziness, and muscle cramps are all signs you may be experiencing heat exhaustion. Beat the heat by taking breaks, seeking shade, and drinking more water. Remember, take breaks, seek shade, and drink water. This is a message from the Rhode Island Department of Health.
What are you doing?
Putting pictures online so people will tell me what they think.
No. I think they're lovely.
Well, thank you.
You don't put pictures on the line, you put them online.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses for up to 50% off 4th of July savings.
Or get up to 6 years, no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
What's this?
You are now blocked.
That's not right.
Make the switch into a new BMW at BMW of Newport and take the $10,000 test drive. Our summer switch is going on now. Stop by today and shop over 150 new BMWs, then take a test drive. And you'll be entered for a chance to win $10,000. Plus, at BMW of Newport, you always win with complimentary pickup and delivery for servicing your car with us. So don't miss the summer switch and your chance to win $10,000 right now at BMW of Newport.
Hey, it's Paul, owner and head chef of Leo's Ristorante and Catering here in the heart of downtown Bristol, serving authentic Italian cuisine for over 70 years. Enjoy our take on Italian-American classics. Join us for brunch on Sunday from 11 to 2, featuring our bottomless mimosas and our original breakfast pizza. Find us on Facebook or visit our website at leosristoranteri.com to see a complete and full menu or to book your next reservation.
Strike out Lyme and other diseases ticks carry by remembering 3 magic words.
Repel!
Avoid tall grass, stay on trails, and wear bug spray.
Yeah!
Check the spots on your body where ticks like to hide. Check your pets, too.
Remove!
If you find a tick, remove it right away. If you get a fever or a rash or are very tired, see a doctor. For more tick-free Rhode Island tips from the Rhode Island Department of Health, visit health.ri.gov/ticks.
The 4th of July is a great time to celebrate our country's independence with family and friends. But July 4th is also the most dangerous day of the year. The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini would like to remind you to be safe this summer and have a happy 4th of July.
Welcome back here to Bristol. We've officially, I think, wrapped up the 234th celebration. You know why? Because you see cars back on Hope Street. And the people have moved out and the roads are back open.
I can't see up to High Street from here if it's still going on or
Our
not.
trucks are blocking it.
Yeah, too many
right.
trucks.
Yeah.
But we've been kind of reminiscing on some of our favorite acts, the Clydesdales. But we've had really great music. Mm-hmm. Not only some cover bands, some local cover bands, but we've had bands and drum corps from across the country, Minnesota, might have been the furthest one, but also we had one from Port Chester, New York, and they were very impressive.
They were
the
great. Saints Brigade under the direction of Frank Bartella, a really amazing group with a really unique clustering of people that they sort of help these kids in the high school age range, and so many of them go on to get scholarships. They're not from a particular high school, they're in a regional band, so it's a really unique group, and man, are they talented. So I got a chance to talk to them a little earlier, so let's take a listen. What a group, and this is their 8th consecutive year of performing here in Bristol, and they are preparing to go to London for the New Year's Day parade.
Wow.
Really big. They're
What
going to be
an
there for
honor.
about a week when they go.
Cool costumes, too.
Yeah, so they got those new since they're going to London. He said that they really liked having the leather and the toughness. It gives them a little bit of an edge.
Ooh, but
you don't want to
leather
mess
today?
with them.
Oof,
No,
hot.
they were sweating at about 8:30 this morning. So, and that was before it was the height of the sun. So, needless to say, there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if my ear tells me correctly, I believe that was Earth, Wind, and Fire, The Reasons. The Reasons! I think that's that song.
Sounds
And
about right.
Last year, if memory serves, it was Stevie Wonder with Sir Duke. I couldn't get the name. I couldn't remember exactly what it was, and I kept saying what I thought it was, and I got all these emails from people like, it's Sir Duke, it's Sir Duke. But I believe last year,
taking a chance
Saints
now,
Brigade,
naming
pretty
songs.
sure it's Reasons. Pretty sure it's Reasons. But they sounded great.
They did.
They
sounded
really
great. And I
are
love that they take
fantastic.
popular music from the 70s or 80s or whatever, and then they turn it into something that we have at the 4th of July parade.
Yeah, and they have a big group too. They come in and they have the flag corps and everything, so they really put on a fantastic show as they come down the street.
They did. I love that they stopped here and gave us a great show earlier today. They were magnificent.
Really were.
Mother Nature putting on a show too with
Oh,
the weather.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know,
Oh, wow.
Jeff, I know he stresses that he takes his job so seriously.
yeah.
He's great at his job and forecasting, but the high point moments you have Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, and obviously, and Jeff is, I'm sure, very happy that today turned out the way it did.
Yes, he is.
Jeff.
I'm ecstatic. I mean, this is great. The only thing I'm a little sad about, though, is that, like, how fast it clears out. It's like all the build-up and build-up. And, Jared, how do you feel about that? Like, everybody's gone. What's going on?
I'm always amazed at how quickly it clears out, but also how clean it is. Everyone really pitches in to make sure it's just as clean as it was when it got here.
See, I love that positive attitude. You hear that, everybody? He's not sad because everybody left. It's clean here. What'd you think of the parade this year? Pretty
It was
good.
awesome, yeah. Yeah, it was great this year. A little bummed that the DCI Corps didn't make it, but I thought it was a great parade.
I thought it was great too. I thought there was a lot of energy this year. I mean, I said this earlier, and I don't want to like say that the other parades in the last 3 years didn't have energy, but this was like, I thought there was a little extra juice going on out there today. And what'd you think of the weather? Not bad?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, definitely not too hot. And I mean, we were blessed. We were in the shade, so it wasn't. We were always pretty good, but it was good weather.
We'll always give the meteorologist Jeff Denoyer all the credit.
I will give him all the credit.
I appreciate that, Jared. Thank you very much. See that? We have a bond here now created in the last 2 minutes as I tracked him down and chased him and said, "Don't leave. You're my last chance for an interview."
Well, does he have a sleeping kid there in that stroller?
Yes.
I noticed the hand moving.
Yep.
Kind of waking the kid up, though. I feel kind of bad.
Oh, no. Jeff.
Jeff needs to be quiet.
Why is that man yelling? That's what he's saying.
Oh, what a sweetheart. What's his name, Jeff? I know what that little boy's name is.
You caught it.
Oh,
Jeff,
so cute.
Jeff tooting his own horn, toot toot, as John says with the weather, but he nailed it.
Yeah, he really
It's
did.
beautiful.
It really is gorgeous out here today. What a day to celebrate America, everybody. We're going to keep that party going after a quick little break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini have delivered hundreds of millions of dollars for personal injury victims. If you've been injured at work or in an accident, call the firm that not only wrote the book on personal injury law, but continues to deliver results for the people of Southern New England.
What are you doing?
Putting pictures online so people will tell me what they think.
No. I think they're lovely.
Well, thank you.
You don't put pictures on the line, you put them online.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses for up to 50% off 4th of July savings.
Or get up to 6 years, no interest financing on non-clearance purchases.
What's this?
You are now blocked.
That's not right.
Make the switch into a new BMW at BMW of Newport and take the $10,000 test drive. Our summer switch is going on now. Stop by today and shop over 150 new BMWs, then take a test drive. And you'll be entered for a chance to win $10,000. Plus, at BMW of Newport, you always win with complimentary pickup and delivery for servicing your car with us. So don't miss the summer switch and your chance to win $10,000 right now at BMW of Newport.
The law offices of Ronald J. Resmini have delivered hundreds of millions of dollars for personal injury victims. If you've been injured at work or in an accident, call the firm that not only wrote the book on personal injury law, but continues to deliver results for the people of Southern New England.
You're watching the 234th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Brought to you in part by the Rhode Island Department of Health and BMW of Newport.
I can't believe it. Where does the time go? We came on at 10. Here it is, almost 2 o'clock, and we just had ourselves a fantastic 234th celebration here on the 4th of July in Bristol. Alana, it was your first time covering it on TV.
Yes.
What are your impressions?
I've been here several times, several years, but this is the first time up here, and really enjoyed the vantage point. But I think my favorite part, John and Doreen, had to have been hearing all of the people clap and honor our military and veterans that drove by. As we talked about, it makes you proud that they're acknowledging the real reason that we're here.
Yeah, you love the bands, you love the fun, you love the veterans, but then you see the military division come by and you see that sea of the naval white uniforms and their precision as they march in the crowd. I mean, there's really nothing like that experience.
Yes.
Bristol has something for everyone, doesn't it?
They really do.
America's most patriotic town. They do such a good job, a great job of putting this on. Bristol PD, Fire Department, all the law enforcement officers, thank you for keeping us safe this year. Also, thank you to everyone who serves and has served in the past for allowing us to have the freedoms we have to enjoy our 4th of July and celebrate it the way we do. This day is all about freedom and patriotism and the American flag and our great country. We're so glad we could bring you this parade. We're proud to be a part of it, and thank you for watching. Happy 4th, everyone.